in that would be the first team to ever go 3 consecutive years, 3 consecutive state championships with 0 losses. So quite a feat. And I know the Tigers would like to be an asterisk on that schedule, for sure, on that record.
You're exactly right. Now, they've already got one record in the books, and that's with their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. 2 weeks ago, he passed Deshaun Watson. That's a big name right there, as the state's all-time leader in passing yardage. And that's an impressive feat. He is, as one of the coaches from the NFL said several years ago, he is who they say he is. He is who we thought he was. And as we've been watching him in pregame, he is a prolific passer. He looks great. He wears the uniform well. He's got all the intangibles that you want. But Mike Tyson once said, everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the mouth. And
that's true.
So we at the Tigers side has got to do some things to get ready to come into this game with the thought, hey, we can. These are just guys. We can line up against them. We've lined up against some of the best of the state this year. We've only had one game that we've fallen in, and we have every opportunity to win this ball game.
You're right, and I was over at the field house earlier today, and along with Richie Messer, and we just kind of looking and engaging the guys, and a couple of them in there playing cards, and they were getting taped up, but they were more relaxed than have that worried look. A couple of them winked at us, and it was one of those things. They're going to come out here and they're going to do what they can do, and play the best ball game that they can play tonight. And stand up against these the 2-time repeated state champions and see what they can do. But certainly fear is not something that they're feeling right now. But as Cartersville is now trotting off the field and going into the dressing room, I came, Jack, as I was telling you earlier, when I was walking into the stadium. Of course, they were already down on the.
Got here a little early.
They were here early. They showed up about 5 o'clock in their tour buses. But I'm telling you, these guys. They look like a small college. These guys, I think even their smallest guy looks cut and into the. But they have, like, I want to say, over 30 seniors on the team this year. They've got, I think, a prospective 11 Division I prospects. Needless to say, they've got the nation's #1 ranked quarterback. That can be argued that it might be Justin Fields out of Harrison, but he's a dual threat quarterback, and when you've got somebody like Trevor Lawrence that can certainly, if we found out last year, can run the football, can throw the football, hit a gnat's eye out at 40 yards. As John Gruden said, he's in his mind, he's the most NFL-ready quarterback at a high school level that he's ever seen. Yeah. And so if any of you guys listen have ever seen this kid play in the last 3 or 4 years, you know exactly what we're talking about.
We'll talk more about this ballgame when we come back as we're getting you ready for the Troup High School Tigers and the Purple Hurricanes of Cartersville right here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At WellStar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At WellStar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Myrna Painting and Coatings Incorporated is currently looking for painters and painters helpers. You must have 5 years experience, pass a drug test, have a valid driver's license, complete a background check, and provide driving records. Starting pay from $12 to $15 per hour. For more information, call Myrna Painting and Coatings.
Saturday, November 4th. A premier full-service butcher shop offering beef, pork, and chicken that will be cut fresh daily to your exact liking. Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange will offer everything from individual cuts of meats to bulk packages for large gatherings. Tell your friends and family and your neighbors that Saturday, November 4th is the big day. Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange. Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange and in Hamilton.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to the Troup High School Tiger Football. Jack Moore and Greg Hicks live here from Callaway Stadium as we're getting you ready for a big old ball game. Folks around the state, we know we have what's the company we work with on the online video?
Play on Sports.
Play on Sports. We got a lot of folks that'll be tuning into this ball game really across the state.
That's right.
So we're trying to make sure all the video. In fact, they actually called Coleman today and said, "Is your video going to be all right tonight? Is everything going to be all right?" So no pressure, Christian. Just want thousands of people tuning in online tonight. We'll make sure you got all that right.
And the press box. We've got people here we don't normally have. They're all up in the sports writers from Atlanta coming down, and so this has been a big game talked about all week long.
Well, it's been circled kind of on the calendar all season long. After the Tigers, had some good success early on in the season, saw that they were going to be a strong program. Of course, Cartersville continuing to do what they've done over the past several years. Everybody kind of saw this as a collision course and coming up. And really, the expectation was they come in as two undefeated teams.
That's correct.
Of course, we had a little miscue against Cedartown. We righted the ship last week against Central, but hopefully that maybe that little dip in the season reminded these guys that you got to work hard for everything you need, everything you're going to get in a football season.
You're right. You can never underestimate any opponent. And I'm sure that's what Cartersville coaches are telling them now about the Tigers. They never underestimate anybody. Not that we underestimated Cedartown, but that was one of those games that just funk. We just couldn't get out of it. It's kind of like when Carson missed the field goal attempt. Then he missed the extra point. His coach, he said, I just thought it might be one of those nights. And it was. It was just one of those nights. We just couldn't get it together.
I had a chance to talk to both Carson and his dad that, the first one he pulled to the left and then overcompensated on the second kick and pulled to the right. And, sometimes it's almost like a golf shot. It gets in your head, and you start thinking, I need to do this. And just play your game and continue to be as consistent as you've always been. Of course, it's senior night here tonight as well here at Callaway Stadium. Before the game, I had a hard time finding a parking place. And the big reason for that is because there's hundreds of people here already. They were being many of the folks in the band and the cheerleaders were being recognized before the ball game with not only their parents but also their teachers who have meant so much to them. Chance Giddens had a chance to talk to him, and he had a chance to be down there with a student. He's a former star teacher for the school system, so it's an exciting night as this is for many of these students the last home game possibly that they'll have in a while. Greg's still trying to figure out his radio here.
No, I get you, but I'm fuzzy in this here. I don't understand it.
As long as I'm not fuzzy in your ear. We're going to take another quick break. We'll come back. We'll get all our technology ready to go and bring you more here from Callaway Stadium. As the Troup High School Tigers we taking on the Cartersville Purple Hurricanes right here on Eagle Sports.
Home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek Team Sales for all your sporting good needs.
Tara, are you okay?
Yes, I can't believe you found me. I have car trouble and there you are.
Yeah, that's State Farm's 24/7 access.
It's like we have this mental telepathy, you know?
Well, you did start filing your claim with your mobile device. You can access State Farm on your phone, online, even in person at one of the 18,000 neighborhood
State Farm offices, see? Mental telepathy.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Connect telepathically with Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. This is Jack Mormon. I've got Greg Hicks up here. Christian, making sure everything happens up there for us. And, well, I'm not sure who's on the board tonight. We'll find out who that is and make sure to give them a shout-out because they do actually have to hit the switch to bring us on back on every time we come back. And our continued thanks, of course, to Coleman Vice and Eagle Sports for letting us continue to bring these ball games to you each and every week. It is a joy and a pleasure for me. One of my favorite things is to talk to people about the games and stuff all through the week and listen to people's points of view. And Greg, one of the things that I've been saying consistently as I've talked to folks this week, they'll say, what do you expect, what you think, and that sort of thing. And I'm not really trying to break the game down. I'm just saying, look, I want a four-quarter football game. I want to come out here and have it to be in question, the outcome of the game be in question in the fourth quarter.
That's certainly that would be what everybody would want. I truly believe that. I go back to last year's game. We move up to Cartersville. The stadium was packed. There was plenty of intensity and emotions, and then we Cruz comes up and he kicks the ball from Cartersville down to Lake Allatoona on the kickoff, and that kid can kick it through the end zone with no problem.
Dusted over the top of the mountain there.
Yeah, and so we start out, and on the second play we had a little mishap and a cue and fumble and a turnover, and second play later they take it in. It's 7-0. They kick the ball off, and then we turn around and either throw an interception or 3 and out and punt.
Right.
And they got great field advantage, and with 3 or 4 plays later, there's 4 minutes and the ball game's really just getting rolling, and we're down 2 touchdowns. It kind of takes the wind out of your sail.
It was the first 5 minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, and we just never really recovered. And next thing you know, at the end of the first quarter, it's 28-0, and that was the kind of ball game that up there in their home field with that
in the collegiate style atmosphere.
Absolutely, and that aura. That's what I was going. Our kids just didn't recover. They were starstruck, and we wound up getting. We won't talk about running the score up. I think somebody was critical of us about running the score up against LaGrange, and about why we still left
Sandy Creek
Montez in there. And that's like, well, you know what? Nothing was mentioned that Cartersville put 68 on us last year. But at the same time, it is what it is, and no coaches, for the most part, purposely have a vendetta against other teams. Now, I said for the most part, yeah, we can go back over history and we can name several games that coaches wanted to do that on purpose. But for the most part, I don't think Tanner Glisson has it against anybody thus far in his career, or vice versa, to want to run the score up. And I think that's just Cartersville's way of doing things. They're averaging 52 points a game. The Tigers are averaging 42 points a game.
Yeah, and that's a huge point, Greg, is that it is about the offenses that we've talked so much about, and that's that kind of thing that we hope that we'll see in the fourth quarter, that we're in a touchdown or something like that. But these defenses are really going to be the keys to this ball game.
Absolutely.
What can they do in the chess game that takes place at the line of scrimmage to disrupt what goes on the other side? Right now, Chance Giddens is coming out he's announcing our national anthem and the moment of silence. We'll step away, let you hear again from some of our fine sponsors. When we come back, we've got lots more information, including our starting lineups and kickoff, live here from Callaway Stadium on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
McLean Food Service is looking for you with immediate Class A route delivery driver positions available for their LaGrange Distribution Center with average earnings annually of $76,000 to $82,000. An A-Class CDL and 9 months of verifiable work experience are required. Visit joinmclean.com/LaGrange to apply. All positions with McLean requires a drug screening and background check. McLean Food Service is an equal opportunity employer.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at Eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
The pride of Troup County, the Troup High School Tiger Marching Band. A great rendition of our national anthem. And man, I tell you what, Greg, I just have to look down and my heart was just filled with pride as I see these stands. I mean, we're getting folks having to scoot in and say, move over and let me in because the stands are getting full. And I'm looking across, and they have quadrupled in size.
Since last time we talked, that's right.
There's at least 200, 250 people over on the far side.
Yeah.
The band has arrived, and probably a lot of those parents came with them. But I think we're really going to have a barn burner tonight. There is a lot of hype around this game. We mentioned we've got a lot of different folks, cameras on the sideline, folks getting excited about this. The radio crew from Cedartown who were very gracious to us when we were there last year. Cartersville, I'm sorry.
But I'm sure the Cedartown guys were gracious.
Yeah, but not like these. Sorry. I need to write that down on my spot sheet here to make sure that I don't do that 3 or 4 times in the ball game. But again, it's senior night, the last regular season home game for our seniors tonight. Hopefully that they'll be able to roll into maybe having another home game into the playoffs, but that's really speculating and looking down the line right now. It's all about this ball game and to see how we end up in the region.
Absolutely. And to speculate before I head down to the sidelines, there's 2 or 3 scenarios that can play out tonight. Hey, we could be 1, 2, or 3. We can't be 4th. So let's say that we beat Cartersville. Needless to say, we'll go in first. But let's say that we lose to Cartersville, but Chapel Hill beats Cedartown. Mm-hmm. Well, we'd go in second. We'd be second seed next week. You say, well, how's that?
But wait, Greg.
Yeah.
Cedartown beat us.
Yeah, and we beat Chapel Hill, and Chapel Hill beat Cedartown, which they play tonight. And I wished I knew where they played. I don't know if they're playing.
I'll find that for you.
Chapel Hill or Cedartown. But it gets down to point differentiation, and we are averaging 42 points a game. They're averaging like 28. We've scored more points in the year than they have, and that would be the tiebreaker, so Troup would then have a home field advantage next week. Now, you might say pick your poison. Let's say we finish second, we get a home field advantage. Let's say we get by the first seed next week, the first round next week, which may be Pickens County, let's say. Our next game would be Marist, the number 2 ranked team in Quad A.
Yeah,
So let's say we finish third seed. We will go up to Catoosa County, way up in northwest Georgia, up around Ringgold and Chickamauga, and then we'll play Heritage, which likes to throw points on the board just like the Tigers do. But let's say we're fortunate enough to get by them. The next week, we'll travel to Atlanta to place a St. Pius team. So pick your poison. There you go.
If you've watched high school football in the state of Georgia, especially Quad A, you know about St. Pius.
That's right. So, St. Pius, Marist, second round. You know what? We're just proud to say these Tigers are going to be playing at least 11 games this year.
Greg, I think that's a great point because we're in the mix. And that's something that the Tigers have not necessarily been over the past several years before Coach Gillespie really kind of got this program in place. Not really counting that first year. That was a transition year, and hopefully, actually things have definitely turned around since then. Only 4 losses in regular season the past 2 years.
Well, it's as Coach G puts it, we're relevant now. Where people are starting to talk about us. So that's really all that you can hope for right now and early on in the rebuilding of the Troup High Tiger program. That Coach G says, you know what, we've got news media up in Atlanta talking about us. We've got other teams around the state talking about the Troup Tigers. We've got a Montez Crow that's passed for over 2,400 yards, and he's like the fourth or third quarterback right now in rank 3 as far as passing yardage. We've got a Troup Tiger team that has broken the all-time Troup scoring record, and Montez has over 5,000 yards in basically 21 games. So
one of the top receivers in the state, Jamari Thrash.
That's right.
And all of those, of course, Kobe Hudson. I also think about 33 touchdown passes for Montez on the season. I mean, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, that's right. So I think the Tigers, there's a lot of good things we've got going. We've got still a long way to go and still a big mountain to climb, but it sure is nice that, as Coach G said, we're relevant.
Here's really quick the other games in the region. Chapel Hill will be at Cedartown tonight.
Okay.
So they're playing.
So they might have some home cooking there.
Sandy Creek is playing at Central. So that they're having to travel down there. And then, of course, Cartersville has come to our hometown here in LaGrange. Let's take another break. We come back. We'll give you your starters. Get ready for kickoff live here from Callaway Stadium on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com. Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange and in Hamilton.
State Farm, this is Gwen.
Salutations, Gwen. I have car insurance, but I want to protect the rest of the stuff in my apartment. Some of my action figures were ruined recently.
We can add a renter's policy. For the cost of one action figure, we can protect your entire army of action figures against fire, theft, burst pipes.
Great! You have no idea how hard it is untangling wet alien hair.
Add renter's insurance to your auto policy and get to a better state. State Farm.
For a money-saving way to protect your possessions, call Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange. Attention steak lovers, your chance to buy awesome steaks right here in LaGrange is at Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange. They'll be opening their doors Saturday, November 4th. A premier full-service butcher shop offering beef, pork, and chicken that will be cut fresh daily to your exact liking. Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange will offer everything from individual cuts of meats to bulk packages for large gatherings. Tell your friends and family and your neighbors that Saturday, November 4th is the big day. Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Moore and Greg Hicks live here from Callaway Stadium. Greg, have you got your ears on? See if he's made it down there. See if he's got his technology working. Always interesting to see how that's going to work for us. See if things get going. We'll get to Greg hopefully in just a minute. Greg, if you hear me, just come on whenever you have a chance. As the Tigers are coming out through the tunnel, heading over to their breakthrough area. I want to talk about our offense first. Let's talk about the starters. We begin right in the middle with Seth Adams. He's been such a consistent player for us all season long. Has done a great job of anchoring that team. Let's make sure his mic's up as Greg's trying to talk to us. I don't know if he's got lights. He's looking at me, but nothing's happening. So we'll check on that in a little bit.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello.
Hey, Greg.
All right, here we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
You're like the little guy from the commercials. I can hear you now.
There you go. Yeah.
But you know, you and I, we've talked about Seth a lot. In fact, he's coming on the field now as one of the captains. Done a tremendous job at that center position, really the quarterback of the line, and making sure everything moves there. Go ahead and give us the rest of the captains there, Greg.
We've got King Makuta, and we've got Kenley Bridwell, and we've got Montez Crow tonight.
All right.
And then you know, their captains don't look big at all, so they left the small people out here, that's for sure.
E.J. Turner's one of the wide receivers, is one of the captains down there. Here we go with the coin toss. Lost the signal again there as Greg's working with them. Try to catch. There we go.
What are you going to call? He's going to.
Kind of going in and out there with our signal. So we'll continue to talk here as to what we got. Let's go talk about the rest of our starters.
All right,
there's Greg.
Cartersville has won the toss.
Okay.
And looks like I didn't catch if they.
We'll see what they do when they turn around here.
All right, so they're going to defend the south goal. The Tigers will.
The Purple Hurricanes have won the toss, and they have elected to receive.
Start on offense then. All right, so the Tigers. We got a
defense will be on the field first. So
cut out for us immediately, buddy.
I'll flip over to the defense. Let's talk about it real quick, Greg, as they get ready to break through the breakthrough with the down line. We've moved Joko Willis down to the defensive end. King Bakuta, of course, on the other side. Khalif Thornton and Tion Battle inside at the tackles. We'll also see Andy Boykin rolling in and out of there as well. At the linebackers, Detrick Tucker, Kevin Martin, Jatavian Smith. Also Mandarius Dix back there along with Jace Godwin and Basenta Stafford at the corners and free safety. Alonzo Ogletree. We're going to take one more.
We got I was going to say a true freshman.
That's all we got at high school level. But
that's right. They're just freshmen. But, Jace, help me out here.
Jace Godwin.
Jace Godwin started last week, and he'll be starting at corner this week. And tell you what, he's got his work cut out for him. He kind of got scored on last week. He got turned around. So, Cartersville was down here watching us last week. So that's something that they obviously are thinking about. So, all right, here we go.
All right, let's take one more break. We come back. We got live action starting here at Callaway Stadium on Eagle Sports.
Good food. Where do you find it? Because when you spend your hard-earned money, you want good food. So the place you'll find that good food is at Rogers Barbecue on New Franklin Road in LaGrange, where they only serve American-grown catfish, barbecue cooked to perfection, and with all the fixings to make it worth every penny. Rogers Barbecue is locally owned and run with care since 1945. Come eat with us Monday through Saturday from 11 to 9 or use our carry-out window. Rogers Barbecue, New Franklin Road, LaGrange.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
And here we go as we kick off things as the Troup High School Tigers are taking on Cartersville. Taking back, it actually bounces out of the hands of the young man. He picks it up at the 2, up to the 5, 10. We got some Tigers down there. We swarm him and bring him down at about the 11-yard line. What a great start to this ball game for the Troup High School Tigers.
I came down here on the 11-yard line, and that's exactly where he's tackled. He bobbled the ball, had to go back to the 1 and pick it up. The Tigers were
good, excellent kickoff coverage. They're going to actually, we thought he was down at 11. They're going to mark him on the 13-yard line, and that's where Cartersville Purple Hurricanes will start this game.
So here we go, 11:51 left on the clock as we are getting ready to start this one, and here they come. Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback. We talk about him a lot. They're in all white with their gold helmets, purple numbers. Single back of the backfield and the pistol set behind him, and he'll roll up beside him. That's number 28. The young man's name is Trey Holston. Holston going around that right side with lots of running room. Down the right sideline, hit at the 40 and knocked out of bounds over there.
You know, you had a little bit better bird's eye view, but there's a flag on the field,
still coming back.
Like down here on about the 18-yard line. That's a perfect block in the back or holding by the wide receiver, and that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
So maybe there's a reason why he broke outside that corner.
That's one way that you can get to the outside if you hook the corner.
Already, Trip Busby's getting fired up from his defensive standpoints. Coach G had to pull him off the field. He'd walked out there about 5 yards, raising some cane, and that's good. So that's kind of the intensity that we expect this entire football game, guys. So that'll mow the ball back on the 9-yard line, so it'll be replay first down and 15 from the 9.
Here comes Lawrence. Holston behind him in the pistol set. Now he'll walk up to his left. He'll pick up his leg, turn, hand the ball off quickly, going around the right side. Cuts back inside. We hit him. We got to wrap up as he gets across the 20 to the 22-yard line.
He picks up it was 1st and 15. He'll pick up about 13. So it'll be, should be about 2nd down and 2 for Cartersville. A lot of, they found up something that's just right up our gut. You know, last week, guys, Central was having that same kind of success right up the middle.
Holston will go to the right side of Lawrence this time. And we're going to jump off sides.
You know, 2 weeks ago, we did that several times. Last week, we learned our lesson, and out of the 8 times they tried to draw us off sides, we didn't come off once. First time they tried tonight, and again, a lot more intensity for tonight's game than it was last week. First time they tried, boom, we're off sides. So first down for Cartersville.
They've got 2 men wide to this near side, 1 man wide right. Holston, the tailback behind Lawrence. Tigers only showing a 3-man front this time. Going to back another guy into coverage. And Lawrence is going to keep it, and he can run. He'll slide down around the 35-yard line, just short of the first down.
Number 16, Trevor Lawrence on the keeper.
Actually, they're going to give him a better spot than that. They're going to give him to the 36.
Number 4 for the Tigers. Kevin Martin.
Tell you what, Kevin Martin was riding him down, Jack. And he, you know, he looked like he wanted to slide, but he kind of squatted down. And
it was odd way he went down.
Yeah, kind of flipped over on his knee, and I thought, ooh, that could be an injury. So,
trying to get a spot.
They may be looking to measure. It's going to be close. That was about a 9.5-yard gain with a quarterback keeper off the left side. You know, if you think about it, we talk about Trevor Lawrence and all the passing. He hadn't even thought about it. So they obviously seen something in film last week in live action. I'm sure Cartersville's got they don't send their coaches out all the time. They've also got a bunch of community coaches and parents that they've got a scouting teams, if you will. They send these guys all over the region to scout Troup. They've probably seen us play 4 times this year, much less the film. So when you talk about you got that kind of personnel to help scout, you know, hey, why do they need to pass the ball if they found a running weakness on us?
We stay with the 3-man front right now. We're backing into coverage, expecting them to pass the ball, and that's what they're going to do. Lawrence back to pass. Lots of time going to swing it out to the outside, and he's going to touch down his knee back in the backfield. He's going to lose about 4 yards on that play. Brings up 2nd down.
You know, Cartersville plays on natural grass up there. You'd think you'd have more opportunity to slip on natural grass, but he little stab pass out in the flats. He made a plant to cut back inside, and when he planted, his foot slipped down, his knee went down. It'll be 2nd down, and 2nd down about 14 for the Canes.
9:47, no score in this contest. Lawrence, again, with a single back set. That's all they've run so far. Now he steps to the right. Lawrence back to pass. Throws it, and he throws a laser right just short of the 50, just short of the first down, though. So it's going to bring up 3rd down.
He was in double coverage, guys, and I'm talking about threading the needle. That's a pro-style quarterback right there. When you can throw the ball at a line on a line drive, if you will, for 18 yards across the field, in double coverage, and his receiver catches it with the toes just inside the sideline.
That's just about as pretty a pass as you'll ever see anybody throw, too. Just his motion is so graceful. Lawrence again will be in the backfield. He'll stand on about the 41. Takes it. He'll hand it off to his tailback. Goes around the right side. We hit him 3 times. He spins off us. Finally bring him down at the 41. That's a first down.
You know, he just simply follows his blockers, and they're not getting 1 or 2 yards. They're getting huge chunks. You know, as when we talked during the pregame, these guys are sitting there with about 11 D1 prospects. The most, I mean, talked about high school football team in a long time. And, you know, we knew that we thought it was going to happen through the air, but they're getting 8, 9, 10, 12 yards at a time running the ball.
Trips to this near side. Holston will stay in the backfield with Lawrence. Lawrence back to pass, looking, throws it way down the field. My goodness gracious. And it's going to be an incomplete pass. Hard to see in that corner. But the ball, Greg, have you ever seen a ball fly that fast down the field to a receiver?
Well, I tell you what, not only did he get behind our corner, but Lawrence put the ball where only his receiver could catch it, and perhaps he overthrew him by maybe 2 feet. Not that the receiver could have dove for it, but had he caught it, there would have been no way to defend that pass. It was a perfectly thrown ball.
He launched it. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, it was just like a rocket.
It's like one of the air cannons we shoot T-shirts out of over here. Twins this near side, man wide right. Lawrence hands the ball off to his tailback, pushes his way, gets to the 45. He stopped there. Whoa, he stopped actually short of the line of scrimmage. Good job by the front line.
I tell you, say Khalif Thornton coming out of the mix along with Joko Willis. Your first 2 kids to make the stop. King Makuta came up to assist in it. So first, hey, look, this is key now. First down, we go for all of it. Now we get no gain on the second down. Huge play for the Tigers.
So 3rd and 9.5 for Cartersville. Purple Hurricanes quarterback's going to roll to this near side. He's looking downfield. He's got a man in his face. He pushes. We're going to tackle him in the back, but bring him up. No, he throws it up. It's going to be incomplete. It's 4th down.
He was chased out of bounds. Oh, we got celebration on the sideline, and it might even be Lawrence. Who knows? But we got Macenta Stafford. He's telling him to go sideways. Maybe it's going to be a sideline warning, perhaps, but a lot of activity on the sidelines. So we really don't know, but Trevor Lawrence was chased out. He came up taunting one of the Tigers, and then there's a flag thrown. So we're going to see if it's unsportsmanlike conduct really on both of them or just the Tigers.
Well, they're talking to Cartersville right now. It's going to be 4th down one way or the other.
Well, it depends on, of course, it was after the play, but there will be some yardage marked off for sure. He's picking the flag up. Let's see what happens.
So against the Tigers. We'll see what they mark off.
Yeah, that'll be a first down.
God almighty. We had them back behind the 40, and they'll get 15 yards off of that.
Well, it was clean tackle. I think some jawing happened after the tackle, guys, and that's why we're getting a personal foul. I don't think it was something that he was hit out of bounds.
I think it was King that they called it on. 8:23 left to go, no score. We had Cartersville in the 4th down. Now they got a first down inside the 25-yard line. Those mistakes can't happen anymore, Greg. Cartersville looks to the sideline.
That was
their
key,
play.
Guys. We needed, needless to say, we needed that 4th down.
Yep. Emotions are high. He throws across the middle. Knocked down by a big old paw.
Knocked down by Kevin Martin from his linebacker position. Tried a little tight end dump. And Kevin Martin stands at about 5'7", maybe 5'8", jumps up and slaps the ball down from 6'5", Trevor Lawrence. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Hey, I realize the Cartersville, they on this drive, they've run it at will, but the last few plays, the Tigers' defense have really tightened up.
Here comes Cartersville. Trips to this near side. Lawrence has a man to his right, a man wide to the right side as well. Takes the snap, back into pass, looking, fakes it. Now he's still got lots of time. Throws it, rips it down the field. Has a man wide open in the end zone, but he's out of bounds. So that's going to be incomplete.
We talk about freshmen. Starting the game. Jace Godwin, a freshman corner, he basically got lazy back here, fell asleep, and the wide out was looking to get open, and he was in the back of the end zone, and Trevor Lawrence uncharacteristically overthrew him. which brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Canes. Ball's resting on the Tigers' 23-yard line.
Here they come. They had a 3rd down now. Lawrence will take the shotgun snap. He actually tries to draw us off. We don't jump. Still just a 3-man front for the Tigers. We drop everybody else back in coverage. Takes it. Looking, stay in that pocket. Rips it down the field again. Complete. Oh, he drops it at the 11.
Number 23 for Cartersville. I'm standing right here in front of him.
Caleb
wide
Chapman.
Open. Jace Godwin was the defender. He had drove him off, turned around, and Trevor Lawrence threw it on a absolutely rope. But hit him in the hands and bounced out of his hands. He threw it so hard.
So 2nd, 4th down now for Cartersville. The last time they got some extra help, but now they're going to attempt a field goal from the 30.
Jack, you may have the roster on. He's not like he's number 17 or 7, but that kid, if
Cruz.
it's the same kid, Cruz, he could kick it out of the county.
Yep. Snap, hold, kick is up.
That may not be any. Yeah,
And the
it's
kick is
barely in
good.
there.
So 8:01 left to go, but hey, we're only down by 3 right now. 3-0 is your score. The Tiger offense will be on the field in just a moment. 60 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Myrna Painting and Coatings Incorporated is currently looking for painters and painters helpers. You must have 5 years experience, pass a drug test, have a valid driver's license, complete a background check, and provide driving records. Starting pay from $12 to $15 per hour. For more information, call Myrna Painting and Coatings Incorporated at 706-883-8903. Myrna Painting is an equal opportunity employer.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more True Tiger football.
So here comes Cruz, ready to punt, to kick the ball off after a 3 points that he put on the board. There's the kick, high kick, wow. And deep is going to go into the end zone. It'll bounce there. They'll bring it out to the 20, and that's where the Tigers will have it 1st and 10.
First down Tigers at the 20-yard line.
Exciting first series. We had a couple opportunities, Greg, where we were able to stop on fourth the second time. They kicked the field goal. I think that the Tiger defense is pretty happy coming with only 3 on the board.
I was just down here talking to Tom Clark and Mike Munkins on the sidelines. I need to find out what happened to get that personal foul. But, yeah, Cruz kicked it about 2 yards deep in the end zone. Last year, he kicked it through the end zone. This year, he's got a lot more height on it.
So here comes Montez and the offense. Takes the snap. He backs up to pass. He's got some time now. He's going to throw it way down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Tries to get Thrash right down the middle on a post pattern.
You know, he had Thrash wide open. Thrash had gotten on the inside of the corner, but Montez, you can see a little height, little emotion right now, had just a little air under the football. Had it been on the money, don't know that Thrash would have scored because the corner was on his heels, but catching a ball, that would have been about a 45, 50-yard game for sure.
Like the confidence of going for a big play on first down. 7:55, 3-0 is your score in favor of Cartersville. Tigers have the ball resting on the 20. 2nd down and 10. Twins left, man wide to this near side. Single back in the backfield. That'll be Carlisle. Check that. That's Williams back there. Montez has a man in his face. Airs it out. Throws it down the field. Complete.
Yes!
What a beautiful catch by Jamari Thrash. First down for the Tigers right at the 45-yard line.
Montez Crow caught himself in a blitz situation, had to step to the right. Kobe Harry picked up the blitz, but Montez stepped to the right and threw it. You could tell he a little excited, threw it off his back foot. Thrash had to go real high and pick that up.
So first down for the Tigers there at midfield. Crow with a single back in the backfield. He'll have Thrash roll back over to the other side. Twins over there. Now it's 3 receivers. Montez looks, got lots of time, lots of room in front of him. Going to air it out way down the field. And a little bit of pushing, shoving, kicking around, and no flags.
We're going to have a flag on Kobe Harry for holding. I was going to comment how he's doing a nice job, but he had him all wrapped up. I want to say that big 50. No, I'll get the tackle. 77. Their left tackle was moving in on Colby Harry. Colby had him hooked real hard, trying to take him down. Colby's a big heavyweight on our wrestling program, but that's going to come back, guys.
Yeah, that young man's Garrett Shelton. He's a senior, 6'3", 225, excuse me. So we're going from the point of the foul. Ball rests now on the 30. So about 27 yards for a first down for the Tigers now.
First down and 22.
Tigers a little bit more difficult task now. Twins left, man wide right. As they're going to run right up to the line on. It's going to jam our wide receivers. Montez slings it out, and it's going to fall incomplete and a late hit.
Yeah, the Troup coaches are a little bit upset on the sidelines. After it was a little bubble screen, little inside bubble. He comes in, catches the ball, slaps out of his hands, hits the ground, and then they come out and they just knock the crap out of him. And, of course, Kelby Holt's over here arguing the fact, along with head coach Tanner Glisson, talking to the White Hat. Hey, why can't we get a call?
That same young man, Shelton, was the guy that laid him out. And he came up really fired up, so he's going to be a thorn in our side tonight. So now a third down and long. Third down and 27 for the Tigers. We're still in the first quarter, trailing 3-0. Montez takes it. Going to hand the ball off. Coming across the middle. Getting to the 35, about the 36-yard line, brings it fourth down.
You know, I like Michael Irvin just in. Big number 41 at defensive tackle. Michael just pushed him around. Michael wrestles at 220. That kid's standing up at about 270. And Michael, real strong, just pushed him all the way out of the way. And the Tigers trying to run on second down. Picked up about 6 yards, but still third down and about 18, maybe 20 yards to go.
Not a bad guess, Greg. 258 is what Polnitz comes in at.
Just guessing his weight.
Hey, we'll get you one of those little scales and take you to Six Flags. So we line up as if we're going for it.
That's third down and 22.
Third down. My bad. I missed it down. Montez, they have a blitz coming at us. He steps up in the pocket, going to sling around, and it's going to be picked off. They're going to say he's out. No, they're going to say he got the catch.
They're going to say he had 1 foot in bounds, and actually they're going to be arguing that, but he may have. But it's going to be dead on the 50-yard line. He intercepts Montez, so the Tigers got to step it up on defense again, see if they can create their own turnover.
You know, both officials ran from both sides, said it was a catch. He did get 1 foot in. But again, Montez just kind of slinging it downfield. Didn't have a chance to set up because he had some pressure in his face. And Greg, a little reminiscent of last year as we've given him an opportunity on an interception.
Well, this time last year was already 21-0, guys, so we're good to go right now.
So from the 50, here comes Cartersville. After an interception thrown by Montez. They hand the ball off, and we're trying to grab the ball out of the hands of the running back, but he's going to get about 3 yards up the field, 2nd and 7.
Well, you know, you kind of start liking what you're seeing from the run defense, where the last few runs attempts, they've kept them inside of a 3 or 4 yard gain. Where previous to that, on their very first few plays, it was 10 or 12 or 14 yards every time they touched the ball.
Also, Greg, we're doing this with just running a 3-man front, too. We're walking an extra linebacker back. Now Lawrence going to swing it out, a little bubble screen, kind of what we ran earlier. And their back makes some incredible moves. Now he's at the 40. And he made 3 guys miss back at the 46-yard line.
He picks up a first down. Should have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Should have been third down and maybe 9. And now it's a first down. We had him totally in the backfield that time.
Like a cat, the way he danced back there. So first down across the 40 to the 37-yard line. 5:50 left to in the first. 3-0 your score. Cartersville leading. Tigers trailing. Just a field goal for Cartersville on their first drive down the field. Now they're trying to add more points. Lawrence quickly slings it out. Same play as before. He just outside in. He'll roll down at about the 28-yard line, and that's going to be right at the first down.
I was going to say, they're going to give him about a 9-yard gain. They may even give him 10. They may move the chain on that one. Just a little bubble screen. And it seems like we got him at the line. We're not approaching on the tackle. We're just kind of standing there and letting him move around. So a little bit more aggressive on the corners, Stafford's got to get for sure.
And the help coming from the inside is he's taking that ball from the outside and just a little circle pattern back inside after making the catch.
Stafford's got about a 12-yard soft cushion on number 3, the wide out.
Lawrence going to bounce to the outside, throw it downfield, and it's going to be caught at the 10, and he'll go out of bounds over there. A first down and almost probably goal from right there about the 10.
They're wide out there. Number 12, it looks like, had gotten behind our corner. And all of the receivers, Jack, I'm down here on the field, they're all about 6'3", 6'4", seems like.
Yeah, Jacoby Orr is he's 6'1", 180.
Well, I did say it seems like.
Well, again, you got the weight right on the other young man. You're in the 6s, so that's pretty good. 5:07 left to go, 3-0. Cartersville with a first and goal from just inside the 10-yard line, moving right to left on your radio dial. He'll ride his tailback in, go around the right side, and he'll go into the end zone for a touchdown.
That was when I said about 4 or 5 yards, it was a 9-yard touchdown run by their tailback, just kind of right off their right tackle, our left defensive side. And we just couldn't take those big old hosses out there for sure. Well, at least number 71 gets to play. He stands about 6'4", about 328 pounds, but most of it ain't muscle.
He's 310, big man.
He's 310?
Yeah.
And it ain't muscle.
Well, he started the season at 310. I'm telling what he is right now.
Table muscle.
Snap, hold, kick is up for the extra point. And the kick is good. 5:01 left to go in the first. 10-0 is your score. Cartersville leading right now. Let's take 30 seconds back to the station right here on Eagle Sports. Little technical difficulties. We'll keep it here. 5:01 left to go in the first quarter of play. 10-0 is your score in favor of Cartersville. They'll be kicking off from the 40. Again, going right to left on your radio dial. Back to you for the Tigers. Looks like we've got, actually I'm struggling to see from up here. They got Thrash back on the far left.
And you got Mark Anthony Dixon
That's
back.
who it was, okay. A little corner of the booth got me here and I couldn't see. Here they come. Cartersville has added another couple of hundred people. They got a great crowd over on the far side. There's the kick. High kick. It'll go into the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20, and that's where we'll have it 1st and 10.
All right, Jack, the Tigers would be nice if we could get a scoring drive going now to kind of stay, as we talked about earlier, relevant. One of the things we don't, that Cartersville was moving the football. They've proven that on both their possessions. Even though we did tighten up, we had them 4th down. Unfortunately, we had a personal foul call, which then resulted in another 1st down. But so they've proven they can move the football. You know what? So have we. We've just got to sustain a drive, and we really need to score this time, guys.
Well, we got to the 50, then had that play that took us back. So here come the Tigers now. 1st and 10. Montez will stand behind the center with a man just to his left. Twins to this near side. He'll wait for the call. Checks back to the sideline, makes an adjustment to his line. Rolls his tail back over to his right side now. And there's the snap. He's going to come to this near side. They're running the option. He pitches it. Got some room ahead of him. To the 20, 25, up the field, going out of bounds, just short of the 30. Nice play. Haven't seen the option much this
Actually,
season.
they're going to catch him out at the 30.5, 31-yard line, so they'll be moving the chains, guys.
Like it.
That's what we're talking about. Hey, we do something different. How many times have we seen the option this year?
Not a lot.
None. If we've seen it once, that's about all we've seen.
It's been an RPO. He's run the ball or thrown the ball.
That was not an RPO. That was a dedicated
classic option right there.
Absolutely.
So here comes Montez once again in the backfield. He's got Carlisle back into his left. He'll take the snap, and Carlisle will get the call. Actually, Montez keeps it and just slams ahead and meets up with a big old boy.
That's that number 2 we talked about, Jack, at the
Nelson.
game.
Yeah, Nelson is a man.
He'll pick up 2 yards. He would love to have more than that, though, but that quarterback had him all over the place.
His arms look like my legs. I mean, they're huge. I guess my legs aren't that big anymore anyway. Carlisle now back in the behind Montez. We'll have Thrash wide to this near side. Makes a check at the line of scrimmage.
All right, I want you to notice that we're slowing the game down. You see we're letting the clock run all the way down.
We talked about that. Now
timeout
call.
Timeout.
So first time out of the ball game called right there. 4:11 is your time. 10-0 is your score. The Tigers trailing Cartersville right here as we have 60 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports.
To make LaGrange a safe and vibrant city. I'm proud of our record. There's always more work to do to keep LaGrange moving forward. That's why I'm running for a second term.
Early voting has started and continues until November 3rd. Election day is Tuesday, November 7th. This is a critical election. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of LaGrange. Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange and in Hamilton.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back as Montez Crow will throw across the middle of the field, and they're going to rule it incomplete. As it looks like it came out after he hit the ground.
Yeah, he was throwing it kind of low down around his knees. Hudson had to go down and get it, and it kind of rolled across the turf. He actually caught it, but when he hit the turf, it kind of rolled out of his hands incomplete, but a little inside slant. So, and we talked earlier, last week and this week, inside slants about 7 yards in. Those are good. Those are good for us right there.
Montez again in the backfield with a man just behind him. They got a stunt coming. He has to dodge one, dodge another, but they're going to bring him down back around the 20, and a big sack for Cartersville. That's about an 11-yard loss, Greg.
Now, I'm standing back here behind Montez. He normally sees that. He'll normally slow it down. We've been slowing it down for the first 3 plays of this series, or the first 2, and all of a sudden, we get in a little hurry, and the 2 outside backers on the left side, the cornerback and the backer of Cartersville comes just barreling in, and normally Montez sees that and checks off, kind of keeps him honest. Didn't that time. We had to pay the price back to the 21-yard line, so that'll be 4th and 20 as Rayford stands on the 7-yard line to punt the ball away.
Important time, his first time punting the ball today. There's the snap, good, it's the kickoff. There's the kick, good one. Crosses the 45, caught with a fair catch right there at the 43-yard line. We'll keep it here. Tigers are trailing 10-0 with 3:14 left to go in the first quarter.
All right, we talked about being relevant, staying in the ball game, making it a 4-quarter game. The Tigers have shown a couple of bright spots on offense, and then we come back and we take a 12-yard sack and to no avail. So we've got to be able to go back in, make some adjustments, make sure we can stay focused, get some positive yards on offense. Defense, hey, they've been playing pretty consistent, and they've just got to continue that, maybe even step it up a notch, because what we don't need is Cartersville to score this time.
They stay with a 3-man front. Backing up to pass on the play action, throwing across the middle. Complete. Actually, check that.
And number 12.
Incomplete, my bad.
It was incomplete coming across the middle. But let me tell you something. What he had on a fly pattern, he had number 3 out here on the left side. And maybe he was just testing Stafford because Stafford had him up. He had gotten inside Stafford and had the inside and the free safety had committed to the run. So he had moved up, and he had to take the guy coming across the middle, which left one-on-one with Stafford. And now you got Dwight Gates out here, who is much shorter than number 3. Trust me, you watch Cartersville, they'll come back to that. As now Stafford comes back over to play him heads up.
Bunch trips over to the far side. Single back just to the right of Lawrence. Lawrence backing up to pass. Rips it right at the line of scrimmage, and we're right on top of him. A well-executed play by the Tigers. Trying to see who that is over on the far side.
That was a little basically the same thing we do. From his slot position, ran a little slant pattern, and they pick up 5 yards. It'll be third down, maybe 4.5, be third down and 5, a long 5.
That was Godwin making the tackle. That's what I was trying to see. Good job. He was right on top of that wide receiver on the far side. They'll stay in a twins to the far side, a wing to the right, and a man wide to this near side.
Yeah, they got an ISO out here with Stafford. Stafford's got to chuck him good, keep him going deep.
You're going to hand the ball off. A little reverse. Now we're going to throw the ball. Flea flicker. Man wide open down the field. He catches it to 20, 10, 5. Touchdown by Cartersville. And a circus play by them as they hand the ball to their back, who goes around to the right side. The wing back comes back around, tosses it back to Lawrence, who throws it all the way down the field for a score.
Well, I'm going to make an understatement. That's respect for the Tigers when Cartersville got a result of trick plays.
Wow.
That was obviously a joke, because I think Cartersville can score winning where they want to, and definitely don't need to use trick plays to do it.
That's one of those kind of sandlot plays. Kind of if you're at a tailgate and you're having fun with some buddies, that's the kind of play you draw up. Now they'll attempt the point after touchdown. Very short drive here. Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. 2:21 left to go in the first quarter play. 17-0 in favor of Cartersville. We'll step away for 30 seconds, just 30 seconds, right here on Eagle Sports.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek Team Sales for all your sporting good needs.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
Cartersville's offense is exactly who we thought they would be. Lots of different ways they can hurt you. And they've hurt the Tigers. We're trailing now 17-0. And we got to get past the 40, Greg. We barely got across the 50. We've got to keep on going.
But, I was just talking to Tom Clark. He said, hey, I hear what you're saying, but you really can't blame Cartersville. They did that just to show that they could. But at the same time, if we had a DB that just stuck with that tight end, then that really wouldn't have gone for anywhere. So, again, you just got some blown coverages, guys not paying attention. They committed to the run. When they saw the reverse, totally forgot about the guy. So I'm sure the coach, Busby's going to talk to him and say, hey, pay attention. So, but you're right. Offensively speaking, we need to put a good drive together. We got to really score a touchdown. It'd be nice to get 3, but really need a touchdown.
So starting from the 20 once more are the Tigers. They'll come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll split 2 men wide to the far side of Dixon in the slot. And is that Kobe to the far side? Crow once again has a man in his face, slings it out, makes the catch at the 30, 35, 40, down the sideline, 50, 40, 30. 20, knocked out of bounds right there at the 20-yard line, and a huge play for the Troup High School Tigers, and that was Kobe Hudson.
That was actually Jamari Thrash, number 1, Tyree Carlisle.
My bad, you're right.
Tyree took a little swing pass, a.k.a. our little running game, and Cartersville had to blitz on. Nice call by Coach Holt. Knew that they were going to pin their ears back, call the blitz, swung it out. Tyree broke a tackle, took off down the sidelines, and was caught by the free safety. You're right, on the 20-yard line, so good job, Tigers.
Montez, lots of time, going to air it to the corner. Got a man there, goes up, the last minute, does he make it? Touchdown, Tigers!
That's the way to come back. Jamari Thrash goes up, leaps. Actually, Kobe Hudson goes up and leaps 10 feet up in the air, takes it over the Cartersville cornerback. That's how you answer that trick play by Cartersville. Touchdown, Tigers.
A 2-play drive for the Tigers, quickly down the field. And now here comes Carson River to tip the point after touchdown. Snap, hold, kick is up. It is blocked.
It looked a little awkward coming off his foot. Carson just, from my backside, just didn't look like he was comfortable kicking that ball.
But we're on the board, 6-17. Tigers are drawing a little bit closer. Let's take a break. We come back. We got 1:59 left to go in the first quarter right here on Eagle Sports.
Jim Thornton is running for re-election as mayor. He's proven he will do the hard work necessary to improve LaGrange.
I'm Jim Thornton, and I've worked to bring new jobs, new businesses, and new amenities to our town, and to make LaGrange a safe and vibrant city. I'm proud of our record. There's always more work to do to keep LaGrange moving forward. That's why I'm running for a second term.
Early voting has started and continues until November 3rd. Election Day is Tuesday, November 7th. This is a critical election. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of LaGrange.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger.
Welcome back. Minute 59 left to go in the first quarter. An exciting first quarter, 6-17. Tigers are on the board after a two-play drive. A swing pass out to Tyrese Carlisle, who takes it all the way down to the 20, so a 60-yard run for him after the catch. And then Kobe Hudson with a catch in the corner. Beautiful circus catch as he climbs up. And now there's the kick. Carson doing his best to answer, kicking it into the end zone. They'll bring it out to 20, and that's where Cartersville will have it, 1st and 10.
First down, Cartersville at the 20-yard line.
So no time off the clock. Tiger defense will continue with that three-man front. That's who they'll walk. Four-man linebacker core. And then everybody else back in coverage. Cartersville breaks the huddle from the far sideline. Gets their play from their coach.
I was talking to Tyler Dunn on the sidelines. You know, you could tell when Carson, when he gets a little upset, you can tell that kickoff's going in the end zone, and it's back, way back in the end zone. So Cartersville starts 1st and 10 on the 20.
Quickly, Lawrence up, passes, swings it out to the outside. We have three guys run by one of them. We finally bring it down after only a gain of 4. I like the way we're flying around, but we got to make sure we wrap up as we get out there. Looks like
Darius Dix makes the stop on that one, Jack. He was all out there, and they get about a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Cartersville.
Kobe's left leg looks like he's hurt a little bit. He's limping off the field.
That could have been, who knows, when he jumped up, came down, all that excitement. But
well, actually, he's staying in. I thought he was coming out, but he's staying in.
Nah, he's going to stay in.
Lawrence going to hand the ball to his tailback, who goes around the right side as if no one's there. To the 50, knocked out of bounds at the 47 on the far side.
And his helmet comes off, and I want to say that's number 20 for the Tigers, Alonzo Ogletree.
Ogletree, yep.
He's going to come out for at least one play. But, the back just kind of feels his way, looks, and boom, he's gone. So good job following his blockers by Cartersville. Now, this is where the Tigers really could stand up and stop this run game by Cartersville. Maybe get them 3 and out. And this is where we can start, right here at midfield. Get them 3 and out, and then let's get back on offense.
Trips to the near side. And a flag on the play.
I don't know if we got offsides, Tigers, false start, Cartersville. Good. That'll help.
Movement against them, so they'll back them up 5. Any opportunity we have to back them up is a good one. (17-6) is your score. Cartersville leading with 1:03 left to go in the first quarter of play. Tigers had a two play drive just a moment ago. They got the ball down to the end zone. Tyrese Carlisle with a great 60-yard run after catch down to the 20, and then the next play, Kobe Hudson catches the ball in the far end zone. Trips again to this near side. Lawrence will call for it. Backing up deep. We're going to chase him.
All right,
it's fall
good
incomplete.
job. No, hey, Jack, they had a screen going on out to the right side. All the Tigers were chasing him down. Andy Boykin played good football. He goes out and covers the tailback and had no choice, Trevor Lawrence, but to throw the ball into the ground. 2nd down and 15. Good job by the defense that time. I think Coach Busby said, stay at home, play good technique. They didn't take the fake. That was a real good job by the defense.
Cartersville does not huddle. Takes their play from the sideline. Lawrence tries to draw us off. We're standing up. We're not going down into a stance. And now they change the play. Twins left and right. Tigers fired up. They're coming. The 5-man. Actually, he's going to get free to the 50. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So bring up 3rd down.
Actually, he'll pick up about 5. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be your 3rd down and 10, maybe 3rd and 11. He'll pick up 4 on that play. But good job by King Bakuda, along with Kevin Martin and Joko Willis. really, and Jatavian Smith, all of them really did a good job at bringing Lawrence down, putting pressure on him to force him out of the pocket to run the football.
We had 5 men going after him that time. It broke his pocket really quick.
But you're right. The Tigers have changed their defensive technique. They're not going down in a three-point stance. They're just standing up, which is really unusual. Now Boykin goes down on a three-point.
Play clock down to 2. Lawrence gets it off. Looking a lot of time. Throws it across the middle. It's incomplete. Brings up 4th and 11.
He actually throws it behind number 12, coming perpendicular across the field, and he just drills it. Throws it behind him. Can't catch it, and turns it over. Actually, I said turns it over. It'll bring up punting for the Cartersville. But you know what? Hey, if they run a trick play a while ago,
watch this.
You don't know what's going to happen with Cartersville.
Cruz is on to punt the ball. He'll stand back at his 40.
He's certainly taking a long time to look at his coaches. So he, if it's a punt, great. If it's not, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised.
We got Kobe back deep at the 10. Tigers looking for anything. There's the snap, steps up, gets the kickoff. It's going to sail into the end zone, I believe, Greg. Yep, it does. So they'll bring it out to the 20. Great job by the defense. A nice stop, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter.
You know, and Jack, that's exactly what I told you we needed there at midfield, and that's what the Tigers did. They stopped them thanks to Joko Willis and crew.
So they punt the ball, and they'll come out to the 20-yard line. Let's take 60 seconds back to the station. We'll go into the second quarter. Tigers trailing 17-6 right here on Eagle Sports.
Good food. Where do you find it? Because when you spend your hard-earned money, you want good food. So the place you'll find that good food is at Rogers Barbecue on New Franklin Road in LaGrange, where they only serve American-grown catfish, barbecue cooked to perfection, and with all the fixings to make it worth every penny. Rogers Barbecue is locally owned and run with care since 1945. Come eat with us Monday through Saturday from 11 to 9 or use our carry-out window. Rogers Barbecue, New Franklin Road, LaGrange. When a football team ends up with 12 men on the field, it means somebody forgot to double check. And when you end up paying more for your car insurance than you need, it could also mean somebody forgot to double check. That's why State Farm will do a free discount double check by going through your policies to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Because those discounts mean big league savings. It pays to double check. Call your State Farm agent, Matt Orr, on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9.
Welcome back as Montez Crow is going to run the ball, and he's going to fumble at the last minute of the play. And it looks like it's going to go to Cartersville.
He did. It was a nice run.
Let's see. They may be saying he's down. Hold on. The officials are talking.
All right, they're going to confer. Maybe they're calling the ground calls the ball. I know Colby Harry jumped in there. I believe they're going to call him down. No, they're not.
First down, Cartersville. So our first play of this drive, we get a nice little move up the field, but we don't really tuck it well. We fall down and lose it, and they'll have the ball at the 33.
Well, you got a question. I'd love to see the film because he was being tackled, but it's not like he was being hit where the ball was. So, I have to, and I had a bad angle. There's a lot of people around it. All I did is I saw the ball come loose. But at the time, Crow is on the ground. So, but you know what? It's Cartersville ball at the 34-yard line of the Tigers. So that was a 14-yard gain there by Montez Crow.
So they're going to hand it off to the tailback over on the left side. He finds another big seam brought down at the 18-yard line, and he holds on to it.
I want to say it was King Makuta, but he didn't have that. Ogletree made the initial contact. And anytime you're at the third level and your free safety has to make the initial contact, that's not a good sign.
No. He just barrels out of that out of the gate. He picks up a big first down. They'll roll trips to this near side.
I tell you, I just a little insight. Glisson's giving the side judge really a lot of grief right now.
It's going to be the quarterback is going to take the ball up the field. Did not have great coverage that time. As we get about, they will get about 2 yards out of that. Brings up second down.
Joko Willis and Khalif Thornton, along with King Makuta, in on that tackle. Lawrence picks up 2 yards. It'll be second 8. They've got to get to the 8-yard line for a first down. Again, Tigers really need to hold them to 3 this time. They really don't need to let these Canes get in the end zone.
We're inside the 20. Lawrence calls for it, backs up to pass, throws it across the middle quickly, and it's going to be incomplete.
There's going to be a flag. It's incomplete, but Mandarius Dix, really, he had his right hand. I don't know that the ball would have been complete. That's the sad thing about it. From my angle, I'm down here on about the 8-yard line, 7-yard line, and Mandarius was beat on the inside. He was beat on the inside, but Mandarius had his right hand on his right shoulder and reached around and to swat the ball and definitely was a pass interference. But again, sad thing is I don't know that the ball would have been called out either.
Pass interference.
Tigers trailing 17-6 with 10:46 left to go. So they'll pick up half the distance.
Ball's resting on the 8-yard line, Jack.
Still not a first down, though.
Second down and 1.
No, it's actually second and
Second
half
and
a
1.
yard.
Yep.
Keep moving the ball forward when the center picks it up. I don't know that that's an illegal procedure or not, but
And they're going to hand the ball to the tailback who goes into the end zone for the score. I think maybe we brushed it by him. He goes in easily.
Ogletree tries to come up and make a move on him, but to no avail. He walks into the end zone 8 yards out for another score. Cartersville 23, your Tigers 6 with 10:41 left in the second quarter. But again, we've had a lot of bright spots, guys, both defensively and offensively.
But then we shoot ourselves in the foot right after
we didn't need that turnover. We talked about minimizing our turnovers, and they capitalized on the first turnover of the game. Actually, second turnover.
Snap, hold, kick is up. And no question about that one. Kick is good. 10:41 left to go in the first half. 24-6 is your score in favor of Cartersville. 30 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports. Bring me back in. Welcome back, 10:41, and we're keeping it here. Tigers are trailing 24-6 as Cartersville will kick the ball off left to right. And Greg, we take one step forward, take 2 steps back. We cannot continue to make these miscues against a team as powerful and as a group that capitalizes on mistakes as well as Cartersville does.
Well, they intercepted on the 50-yard line, and then eventually he resulted in a trick play to get a touchdown. And then, of course, we fumbled the ball. So they've capitalized both of our mistakes, both a fumble and an interception. But again, some bright spots for the Tiger offense. So we've certainly got to put together a nice drive right here with 10 minutes and 41 seconds left until halftime. It sure would be nice if the Tigers could. I don't care if it's a 2-play 80-yard drive like before or if it's a 8-minute drive, as long as we get a touchdown.
Yeah, we need some points one way or the other. Let's see if our station is back to us.
Continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
We apologize for the problems there with some of our signal. Tigers trailing 6-24 with 10:41 left to go in the half. Going to toss sweep around the right side, trying to get to the corner. Cartersville kind of all over us there.
There's a flag on the play in the second, actually about 3 yards back at about the linebacking level. And to me, that would indicate a hold by the Tigers, probably trying to keep the defender off of our guy. So don't be surprised if it's yet another hold. I'll be honest with you, the defense for Cartersville is so aggressive and so strong. That's exactly what it is. I tell you, the Tigers, and I didn't say it in pregame, but one of the things that I was concerned about would be, if I had to rate one thing in this game, would be our offensive line. Just simply to man up against their defensive unit. And, we've got called holding now at least twice, possibly 3 times. And when you start doing that, that's a kind of an indication that you're getting beat. Not beat, as far as the score goes, but beat on each play individually. So we got to really work on that from an offensive line standpoint.
Made a few changes at the line of scrimmage. Rolled some guys around. Right now, Colby Harry is at the left guard. Seth Adams stays in at the center. Montez waits for the shotgun snap. Standing back on about the 7. Takes it quickly, slings it out. Complete. And we got some running room up ahead of us. Going to get about to the 25-yard line. Nice job up the field by Kobe.
Nice job by Kobe. Nice little inside little bubble screen that Kobe slanted in on number 2 for Cartersville, Jack. Gets up limping real hard, but I think he's going to walk it off. But, yeah, Hudson takes a nice step, breaks 2 tackles, and picks up about, when you figure, about 9 yards on that play. It's at least 2nd and 6 for the Tigers.
Not bad on the first down anyway. 9:54 left to go in the first half. 24-6 in favor of Cartersville. Twins to the far side. A man wide to this near side. We're going to wing just to this near side. Or a deep tight end. Montez will take it. Looking. Airs it out. It's going to be tipped and almost intercepted. Number 7 over on that far side. That's Marco Dudley. Almost picks it off after the tip.
So he had Jamari Thrash on the inside slant about 8 deep and threw it just a little bit behind him, Jack. Kind of hit off Jamari's left hand as he reached back and think is really, really good that it hit off Jamari's hand, because if not, it might have been a pure interception. It was almost a tip drill interception then, but Tigers live to play another down, so it's 3rd down and 6.
Crow with a man just to his back left. Backs up to pass again. He'll step up in the pocket. He's going to run the ball up the field, picks up the first down and more, across to the 35-yard line.
So good job by Montez Crow. He's flushed out of the pocket, so that was good coverage by Cartersville. But then Crow saw light on the left side, or on actually the right side over there behind Seth Adams and J. Brody Messer, and picks up a first down for the Tigers out to the 35-yard line. 24-6, your lead. Cartersville leads your Tigers.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Going to hand the ball off, going around the right side. Picks up 4, maybe 5 yards.
Tyree Carlisle out to the right side behind Jay Brody and Michael Irvin, who has moved from the left guard. He was injured the last couple of games. They moved him over to right tackle, had some injuries on the offensive line. And as I said earlier in the first quarter, Michael Irvin is a very strong young man, and he picked up about 4 yards to the right side.
Tigers continuing to be on the move. Crow will take it. Steps up in the pocket, steps, throws it way down the field, and it's going to fall incomplete.
I tell you.
Looking back, make sure we don't have any flags for stepping across.
You know, it was a free ball, but you know what? The fans are seeing him down the field.
I think we got a flag for stepping across.
He may have crossed the line of scrimmage, but bottom line is I'm thinking Crow's going to run the football. He's got a wide open field, could have picked up 10, 12, 15 yards before anybody would have closed on him. And I'm sure that's what Holt and Brewer are going to talk to him about. Is it, hey, Montez, when you have that open field, take advantage of it. But sure enough, he steps across the line of scrimmage, so that'll back the guys up 5. It'll be result in 3rd down and 12 for the Tigers.
8:43 left to go in the first half. 24-6 in favor of Cartersville. So a 3rd down now and 12. Need a first down out of this. Tigers with trips to this near side. Bridwell, who we haven't really heard from over on the far side, haven't started the play clock back. Officials conferring over on the far side.
Tigers have 2 timeouts left. Cartersville has all of theirs left. 24-6, as you just said, Jack. 8:43 left. Tigers, there's the official has got an official timeout now. I'm trying to. Looks like they were concerned about a little equipment on the Cartersville side.
They missed some ball placement, too. They moved it up about half a yard. Montez quickly slings it out high to Kobe. He's hit, but still on his feet. He gets up near the 40.
I'm going to tell you guys, you have to say, that's just pure athleticism there. Hudson comes in, takes a little bubble screen, a little stab pass. He's immediately hit. He breaks that tackle. He jumps up, picks up about 3 or 4 more yards, and gets hit again. But that's just pure individual effort right there by Hudson. But that'll bring up 4th and 6 as Carson Rayford comes out. He'll stand on his own 26-yard line, and this is when we really, really need a punt.
Need to flip the field. And we snap it. We try to run a fake, and they could come out just as we snapped the ball to Kobe.
Kind of to set up the situation, it's kind of like a midfield polecat. If you guys remember, a lot of teams would set up when you score a touchdown, they'd bring out the kicking unit and set them up about 12 to 15 yards either side of the football. A lot of times the center would take it and throw it over behind the line, try to run it in for 2. That's exactly what the Tigers were going to do then is come out, set up, and Joko Willis' long snapper picked the ball up real quick, and Cartersville had just then called a timeout. So don't know if that was intended or if they were just going to be a fake anyway or what have you. But at any rate, Cartersville used one of their timeouts. So if it were going to fake punt it, it didn't work.
We'll keep it here. 24-6 is your score. Getting ready to head into halftime. Be a lot of fun with our shows tonight as far as the bands, because it is senior night, so there'll be a senior show.
I tell you what, Jack, down here on the field, looking back up at the home side, the Tigers stands are packed. As you said, standing room only. There's folks standing all the way out, all the way really around the south end zone.
And on the far side, we got kids in the end zone having a good time. There's the snap, a little bit low. Rayford steps up, gets it off, and he's hit. And they're not going to throw a flag. Fair catch was called back at about the 26-yard line. You got to teach Carson how to act that out a little bit better.
I'll need to talk to his mama. He needs to work on that acting for sure. We could have used that one, but again, White Hat standing right there at it for sure.
He's kind of blocked into him. 24-6 is your score. We've got 8 minutes left to go in the first half of play. So here they come, back to the line of scrimmage. Ball resting at the 26-yard line. Lawrence and crew. We haven't played a whole lot of second halves this season. We'll quickly hand it off to the tailback, who, again, we just can't stop. He gets across the line of scrimmage almost every time untouched, Greg.
There's a flag on the play, so that's 2 things. That's either holding by Cartersville.
That's going to be a hold.
Or a little incidental face mask. But it looks like the Cartersville are being held, and that's the second holding call on Cartersville. If you notice, on the first drive of the game, they were called on holding when they had a 25 or 30-yard gain running down the right side. So 2 long gains on the right side, 2 holding calls by Cartersville. Of course, they have basically ran at will. If anybody really came to watch the football game, they really thought by this time Trevor Lawrence would have lit up the scoreboard. But really, they've had more success on the ground against the Tigers.
15-yard penalty.
So a 15-yard penalty, that'll back them up. Kind of like that.
That must have been a headlock. That must have been a headlock hold, Jack. You get an extra 5 for holding.
I like it. Whatever. Okay, is there a horse collar hold?
I thought it was a 10-yard penalty, but did you say it was a 15-yard penalty?
Yep.
I'll take it.
So here we go. Lawrence and company back to the line of scrimmage. Twins to the left, single man wide right. Takes the snap quickly. So fast, throws it out to his back on the other side. Good blocked upfield, but great coverage by the Tigers.
Good job by Kobe Hudson. He's back there playing some free safety as we thought he might be. And he just runs up great open field tackle. We talk about athletic ability. That was a play that had all kind of opportunity. Wound up only picking up about 6 yards, but wow, what a good job by Hudson to come up and make that tackle.
So second down and long. About 15, maybe 16 yards for a first down for them. Twins to this near side. Lawrence takes his time, tries to draw us off. There's the snap, backs up the pass. He's flushed out of the pocket to the left side, throws it downfield. And that'll fall incomplete.
That'll be a flag on the play, and you had both offense and defense holding each other. So I'm going to be curious as to what they're going to call it. But they threw the flag down at the first down marker, and you can see the side judge standing there. So, but both players were just battling each other. So it'll be interesting to see who started it, so to speak. But I'll be honest with you, the calls have not been going our way, and this one did not either.
No, it's against us. They're giving the receivers the benefit of the doubt.
On the defense.
So ball rests at the 30. Let's see where they mark it off from. Actually, they did mark it off, so it's third down.
Penalty. It's second down and 7.
They threw the flag way down the field, but it was a 10-yard penalty, so it was, second and 17?
Yeah.
Now it's second and 7.
And again, back to the tailback. Going around the left side. He's going to get the first down near the 40-yard line.
He simply just goes off to the left side, cuts it back against the grain, and looks like Joko Willis along with Keem Makuta and Detrick Tucker are going to make that stop, but not until they get a first down. Now, this is where you just looking at the Tigers' defense. They're playing kind of an unorthodox front line. They're not going down on their three-point stance now. They're just kind of walking around, trying to really create havoc for the offensive line of Cartersville. They've not seen anything like this. So just when I say that, the Tigers come down in three-point stance.
Trying to throw you off a little bit. They're coming to this near side. Lawrence back to pass. Lots of time. Throws it down the field. Incomplete.
Excellent job.
No flag.
Detrick Tucker. Actually, number 16, Mandarius Dix. Man, about the time Trevor Lawrence put it in number 12's hands, Dix just popped him hard. The ball comes out. So great job by Dix, because that would have been yet another first down in about an 18-yard gain. As a result, it'll be second down and 10 on an incomplete pass. The clock stops 6 minutes and 11 seconds until halftime. Your score, Cartersville 24, Troup Tigers 6. We missed an extra point after a two-play 80-yard drive by the Tigers.
There's the snap. Hand off to that tailback who, again, finds his way to a first down across the 50 to the 45. Let's see, they'll mark him all the way to the 40. He rumbled, stumbled, fell 5 yards at the end of the play, Greg.
And that's a first down. And this is where you see the arrogance of Cartersville, where they, and there's been some teams that's played on this field before that gets up and points and beats their chest. And then what you don't want to see is, hey, you appreciate 3 state championships for these guys, but, do you have to really get up and be Miami Hurricanes?
Well, they are the Hurricanes.
Yes.
I think your brother said it best. That's what's in the forecast right now. Again, they sling it out to the far side, and we're going to tackle him right at the line of scrimmage. We were reading that play on that far side really well, Greg.
Once a good job again by Mandarius Dix. Really, that, and let me make sure that was, Dix is really, he's such a small guy compared to these receivers for Cartersville, but man, he's all over him right now, so it'll bring up second and 10. Again, clock's running with 5:20 left and up till halftime. Tigers really, really need to hold them 3 and out and get this turnover.
They're trailing 24-6 right now. We need to get the ball back, get some points on the board, and hold them out.
There goes your tailback.
Back to the left side. He stutter steps, gets up the field, first down and more. And again, he's not really a guy that's dragging players, Greg. He just finds that ability to be to elude us, to move left and right, to find the seams that get him the extra yards down the field.
Well, I'll be honest with you. It looks like he's handing the ball, he's giving the ball in the backfield, and he gets behind 2 or 3 of those big offensive line, and he just kind of walks, looks, and all of a sudden, boom, he finds a hole and he goes. He doesn't hit the hole quick. He just kind of waits for like a count of 2 or 3, and then boom, he's gone.
You got good vision downfield, that's for sure. So here they come with a new first down. Once again, right back to the tailback. Goes to the left, breaks 3 tackles, gets close to a first down across the 20, and they're going to give him a first down to the 17.
Yeah, it was, you had, I want to say, looks like, I'm trying to get the number in the backfield. We had 1 chance in the backfield, 2 chances that was Mandarius Dix. He comes up kind of grabbing his right arm. Actually, Detrick Tucker grabbing his right arm. But had 3 opportunities to catch him within the second level. He picks up another first down. Tigers are going to call a timeout with 4:30 remaining.
They call a timeout. We take one as well. 30 seconds back to the station. Tigers trailing 6-24 on Eagle Sports.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Tigers break the huddle from the near sideline, make their way back out on the field. We're trailing 24-6, 4:30 left to go in the first quarter play as the Troup High School Tigers are taking on the Cartersville Purple Hurricanes in a big matchup here. at Callaway Stadium. Cartersville has been exactly what we expected them to be. But I tell you what, their running game has really impressed me, Greg.
Well, you know, again, like I said earlier, folks coming here looking for a Trevor Lawrence air show, and what they do is they get a Rico Smith ground show.
Yep.
Rico Fry.
Back to pass again is Lawrence. He's going to throw it to a man complete. Actually, falls incomplete. He was running before he had the ball.
Well, actually, he heard the freshman behind him was fisting to nail him real hard, and he dropped the football because he was scared. I said that loud enough where he could maybe hear it. I don't know if that's going to help him at all.
Can they throw a flag on the color guy?
I'm making sure I'm staying behind, well, somewhat behind the line.
Real quick, in the second quarter.
Stewart's trying to help me from getting a penalty.
That's good. Second quarter, Chapel Hill and Cedartown, no score there. Central right now leading Sandy Creek in the first quarter. And, of course, as we mentioned, our score here, 24-6 in favor of Cartersville. Tailback out of the backfield. Drives down across the 10, gets near the 5-yard line. They'll mark him at the 6.
That'll be a first down and goal. They're going to, it's a 5.5-yard line for Cartersville. So, you know, what you didn't really want to have happen is, of course, you didn't want them to score 3 touchdowns and a field goal, but what you really wanted to do is not get back in the end zone. And they've done, you know, a good job now of kind of managing this drive. They really kind of managing the clock as well, if you notice, and just running the football a lot.
Taking their time. They'll put a man back over to the left side of the wing. And Lawrence will hand the ball to his tailback. He'll go to the left side and pick up another touchdown for Cartersville.
Handed the ball off just simply off left tackle. Again, the same story. You know, we're a lot of arm tackling, but again, these guys are like bulldozers, and what you start to see is 30-6 now. What you're starting to see late in the second quarter is, you know, our defense has been on the field
long time,
a lot longer than we had hoped for. So with that, they're well-deserved rest at halftime. Maybe we can make some adjustments, particularly offense, because we really would like to put some more points on the board.
Waiting for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 3:55 left to go in the first half of play, 31-6 is your score in favor of Cartersville and the Purple Hurricanes. 30 seconds back to the station right here on Eagle Sports.
Some combinations were just meant to go together. Chips and salsa, refrigerator and freezer, the internet and cat videos. At State Farm, there's another combination meant to go together, home and auto. As in combining your home and auto insurance with one agent, which leads to another combination, saving dollars and cents. Your State Farm agent is here to help life go right. Combine home and auto and see how much you can save.
Visit your LaGrange State Farm agent, Mabel Smith Sharp, online at letmabelquote.com. You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back. 3:55 left to go in the first half. 6-31. Tigers did score on a 2-play drive earlier. And now Cruz is on to kick the ball off again from the 40. He's put it into the end zone every time so far. And we'll see if he's able to continue that. He addresses the ball, heads up. And there's his kick. High kick. Sails into the end zone. It'll bounce, and one of the band members will step up and make the catch.
And kick by Cruz is into the end zone for a touchback.
I think we'll be here. How many tubas they got over there, Greg? Can you see on the Cartersville band? Or have I lost you? Greg may have had a battery issue. May have lost him again. So here come the Tigers. They've got 3:55 left to go in this first half. They trail 31-6 right now. I want to get this offense moving and see if we get something to happen. Twins to the right side. As Montez will have a single back in the backfield. That'll be Carlisle.
Really need the score. I don't care if it takes one play. We just need to get some more points on the board. A little confidence. You know, we get the ball second half.
Slings it out. Complete. We'll get the ball all the way up to the 38-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Tigers.
I tell you what, nice job by Jamari Thrash. Crow put it right on the money. Thrash caught it and immediately was hit, and hit hard. He was able to hold on to the football for a first down, Tigers.
Twins to the near side, wing to this near side. Going to ride it into the back, out of the backfield to the 40. That'll be a almost 5-yard gain, second down.
You know, that does a couple things. It gets a significant ground gain on first down. Also keeps the clock running. Of course, obviously that as long as we got the football to make it positive yardage, they don't have the football.
That's exactly right. Twins to this near side. Montez with a single back in the backfield just to his right. Takes it, a little bit of high snap. Got a man in his face, rolls out to the outside. Looks like they have to run the ball to the corner. Heads for the first down marker, and I think he's got it.
I tell you what, that was smart by Montez. He got flushed out of the pockets. He saw a corner right there at the first down marker, and he took off. And let's see where they mark it, if they're going to move the chains or not yet. Let's see. The referee is deciding. Throw your hand up, referee. There you go. Move those chains. So good job by Crow as he breaks out to the right side and is able to pick up a significant gain in first down.
I liked his presence of mind as he rolled to that outside as well.
Stops the clock, not only because of first down, but because he also went out of bounds.
Crow will take it. Looking. You got a man kind of spying on him. Back to this near side. Airs it out down there.
It'll be out of bounds.
It's going to fly out of bounds. Good job. Had a receiver down there, so he's not throwing the ball away. But it does go out of bounds, so it falls harmlessly there. Second down and 10.
Now, Crow is moving across his body to the left side. He throws it in the air. I mean, as his front foot's coming off, throws it in the air, lets the ball go at about the 44-yard line of the Tigers and throws it all the way down past the 5-yard line. So just like Lawrence, you know, Crow's got significant skills as well.
Put a man in motion back to this near side. Crow going all the way down the field. And it's just going to fall incomplete as we don't run under it.
Tell you what, you can see Coach Holt kind of throw it in disgust, it was there. Crow threw it maybe a second too soon because he either had to throw it then or put a little bit more air on it to let Thrash come up underneath it. But as you said, Jack, just a little bit out of his reach. But you know what? Thrash was behind the corner, so he was definitely wide open.
2:49 left to go. 31-6. Third down and 10. Tigers need to get something going in this drive. Crow takes it, steps up in the pocket, and they're going to hit him, bring him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Obviously, the fans, I'm down here on about the 26-yard line, and I'm seeing what I see on the field, and the fans, they're up in the field, up in the stands, and they're yelling like they see a player downfield and wide open. I don't see it, but good job by.
They're also seeing a guy kind of pounded at the last minute, Montez, after he was down.
Well, it definitely their calls have not, and now we get a fine on the sidelines, and that would probably come off Coach Holt because he rightfully so. We have not had anything going our way, and yes, Coach Glisson has been politicking the entire first half, but he has not done anything out of the way. He has simply been politicking, and the Carter. You don't need to give Cartersville any more fuel, if you will.
So they'll mark some yardage off against us. Sideline is the call. Wow, that's a 15-yarder. Golly. It's a ball all the way to the 31. .212 left to go. 31-6 is the score. It's fourth down, and a timeout's been called.
No, actually, yeah, he wanted a timeout, but not a timeout officially. He wanted a timeout where he could get that side judge and the referee together because he's just absolutely not happy with what he's seeing right now.
We're going to keep it here as the coaching staff has all come out to talk with the White Hat and see if they can get an explanation. At least the coach is going to get his case heard here on the sideline.
I'm trying to eavesdrop as best I can.
Toss your mic over to Coach Glisson and see if he'll hold it for you. Actually, don't give him a hard option. I think that might be a bad idea at this point.
No, I don't. I think I'll stay here.
That's probably a good idea. If nothing else, Coach G is an animated discusser, as his head, arms, and torso moving quite a bit as he's emphatically trying to get his point across. And he may as well be talking to Mount Rushmore, because that referee is not listening to a word he's saying.
So the referee's basically saying all I can do is talk about it at halftime. Coach G's determining who's responsible for making the call, and the side judge basically admitted that it wasn't his call, and that's when Coach G said, "That's what I'm talking about," and walked away. So I think he basically proved his point, and at least he's going to have them talking about it at halftime.
4th and forever, we're going to have to punt the ball away. We'll stand back at the 12-yard line. There's the snap. Carson steps up, gets the kickoff. He'll sail, and they'll call for a fair catch at the 35. We'll keep it here. 2:05 left to go in this first half. 31-6 is your score.
This is where we really need the Tigers defensively. I know they're tired, but somehow they got to jump down, dig way down. They got 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Cartersville has 2 timeouts. We have 1 timeout. 31-6. Cartersville on top. Even though we're going to get the ball back, we're going to start the second half receiving the football. We really don't want them to score another time.
We don't need to be down 38.
Certainly nice if we could create a turnover or hold them 3 and out real quickly. I'm sure they're going to manage the clock, but man, it's been a long time since Cartersville turned the ball over. It'd be nice if the Tigers could score one right now.
Lawrence will roll his back, fixing over to the left side, and a flag on the play. Too many people on the field, looks like.
1, 2.
Never mind. You hear the Tigers fans, the official miscounted.
Well, I mean, hey, he made a mistake, you know.
He picked up his flag. The coach is telling the kids not to say anything. He's counting them again. He just took off his right shoe. No, he didn't do that. I'm sorry. That's mean. I don't not say that.
I count 11.
Lawrence back to pass. We could use an extra person on the field. We're going to chase him out of the pocket. He goes around the left side. He's still going to get 8 yards, maybe 9 on the far side.
I didn't think he was a dual threat quarterback. Hey, people ask, can he run? You just saw right there.
Yeah, he can run.
He doesn't have to do it a lot with an arm like that, but when he so chooses to run, he pretty much creates havoc as well.
Well, one of our guys had gotten into the backfield, did a beautiful spin move that placed him right at Lawrence's back. The back hurt him, and then went over to the far side, picks up about 8 yards up the field, 2nd and 2. Back to pass again. It's Lawrence. He's flushed out of the pocket again. There's a hold. This is going to come back, whatever happens. If they do complete the ball down at the 35, but there's an obvious hold back in the back, and it's going to come back.
I tell you what, don't do it. Now see, that was nothing but a Mandarius Dix pushed him in the back with one hand. Little bitty Mandarius Dix, along with Jace Godwin and I want to say Jarrell Smith and several. They were really trying to tackle him hard, but he got up, was running his mouth. I say that, the Cartersville guy. Mandarius just took his left hand and pushed him. I mean, my grandmother could have done that, but yet the side judge decides he wants to throw a flag. Any more normal circumstance, he would not have thrown that flag, but because Coach G's been in his ear all first half, he's going to throw a flag. That's just bottom line. Nothing other than emotion from the side judge.
That he can't count to 11.
Well, that was a different guy.
Sorry.
But he throws a flag, and I mean, all Dix does is just give him a soft shove, and it's like, are you kidding me? It's kind of like as soon as I turn around and look and I see a hand on his shoulder, that's a flag. So what that's going to do is offset a holding and now a personal foul by the Tigers back here.
From the spot of the foul.
And then, the penalty is going against Cartersville. It was not against Mandarius. It's going to go. Both penalties go against Cartersville.
Well, I personally didn't see anything the Cartersville guy done. Maybe he said a cuss word.
Well, I think the jawing that you were talking about.
All right, I got some guys saying they saw a chest bump But I really feel good about that because Marindaris Dix is not bigger than a fly. So
well, wait a minute. He's going back to talk to one of the other officials. There may be a slight change. Let's make sure. Nope, he's just picking up his other flag. Lots of litter on the field. So actually, a couple of calls go for us. And Greg, you were right. I was watching the Hurricanes. There was a lot of jawing, a lot of big motions with the hands, clapping in the faces of the Tigers. Some of that arrogance you mentioned kind of coming through there. So now the ball, instead of being a first across about the 30, they've got to get all the way to the 44 for a first down. The ball rests all the way down at the 10.
I tell you what, you got to be so proud of these Tiger fans. They're so excited. They're jumping up. They're hollering defense. We're down by, basically 3 touchdowns, but man, they're still hanging in there.
Ball falls incomplete.
You knew that was going to happen, Jack.
It just whipped it down the field.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen, that Cartersville's going to try to get back everything at one time.
And he threw actually about to where the first down marker would have been. So 3rd and 33 for Cartersville.
And the ball's on the 10, so if we can hold them really to any significant game, they'll be punting from their end zone. And the Tigers should get the ball back with really plenty of time, still one timeout left, plenty of time to score right before halftime. Wouldn't that be something?
Being relevant in the second half is what we and I wanted in it, as we talked about in pregame, Greg.
Absolutely.
Lawrence checks over to the far side. And the play is whistled dead.
I think he's going to be a delay of game. Yep.
So back him up. Lawrence checked a little bit too late to get his play.
I'm glad you noticed. I was going to say Lawrence looks to the sideline, seeing what's going on, and they check it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Now Lawrence walks all the way over to the numbers to get the call, and that the play's about to be whistled in. That clock's going to be running again.
So fresh 25.
And there it goes.
So 3rd and 38. They're going to swing it out to the outside. Caught at the 5, 10, 15. We're going to bring him out of bounds at about the 20.
All right, so that means they'll punt the ball. Their punter, Cruz, who can nail it now, he'll be punting the ball. He'll be standing on about the 7-yard line, maybe the 9-yard line. But you figure the ball, it's on the 20-yard line. So we're going to have a guy back probably on the 20 to 25. No joking. So I don't know where Coach is going to put him, but Hudson, he's on the 50. He's coming back to the 40. He's backing up to the 35.
Easier to come up than go back.
Well, you know what? And they're telling him, Philip Manning said, come on back. Now Holt says, stop right there. So if anything, he's going to kick it a mile high as well.
High snap. Gets the kickoff. Not quite as good as we expected it to be. Takes it right at the 35 and quickly to the right, to the 40. A good block to free him up to the 50. Goes down at about the 48-yard line, about a 20-yard return. Ball's on the other side of the 50 with 1:12 left to go. 31-6 is your score. Tigers trailing, but they got a little spark here. Hopefully to take it in, get maybe a score before we go into halftime.
Nice job by the return team. And Kobe Hudson, athletic ability, gets him across the 50. With 1:12 left, Jack, you're right. Plenty of time. We got one timeout left. We work the clock. We score 4 halftime. We come back with the ball in the second half to start as well. So really the momentum, I realize we're down by 3 touchdowns, 31-6, but wouldn't it be a significant turnaround if the Tigers could put it in the end zone?
4 men in front from Cartersville. Crow takes it, backs up the pass, throws across the middle, and it's going to be picked off at the 25.
That's the second interception, the 3rd turnover by the Tigers. And just when we talked about it, that Crow threw it into double coverage. He had Thrash open on a slant, or actually Kobe Hudson, I want to say, maybe Thrash on a slant, threw it into double coverage, and the guy just reached up and kind of reached in front of Thrash and picked it off, and we made the tackle on the spot. But that's not what you want to kill right there is that momentum. So that's 3 turnovers in the first half for the Tigers. 2 interceptions and 1 fumble. They've capitalized on both turnovers, or 2 of the 3. We certainly hope they don't capitalize on this turnover with 1:05 left until halftime.
Well, your defense has done such a great job of holding them down there. So here comes Cartersville. Again, it's the back out of the backfield. Going to hit him. He bounces out. Gets back about 4 yards up the field, 2nd and 6.
You know, their photographer down here on the sideline, he said, he's been covering them for like 3 years, and he said, this Rico Fry kid's kind of like an Earl Campbell. You think about big thighs, and just when you grab him with your hands, you better grab him with your whole body because he ain't going down quick.
Lawrence slings it out to the outside. They're going to be just short. Did he make the catch?
No, he did not.
So incomplete. They'll stop the clock with 37 seconds.
Yeah, you got a little pushing and shoving on the inside of the line there. You got Kevin Martin going over, and Kevin standing here, just looking at him. He's probably 100 pounds less than any guy on the offensive line, and he's probably 2 inches shorter than any guy. But you know what? He's full of fire too now.
Lawrence hands the ball off to Fry. Bounces outside, spins, goes down at the 40-yard line. Quickly back up.
Now Cartersville's rushing, and Tigers really don't have to be in a hurry. They got to move the chains anyway, and they're going to call a timeout. They'll be down to 1 timeout left.
Cartersville takes one. We take one as well. 30 seconds back to the station. Tigers trail 31-6 on Eagle Sports.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. The Tigers are trailing 31-6 to Cartersville, who hasn't lost a game in 3 years. The Tigers would look to change those fortunes very in a big way tonight. Again, they've adjusted their defense. We got just a 3-man front coming at Cartersville. We'll walk our linebackers back.
You know they're going for it.
And they do. Sure. They swing it out to the outside. They'll go out of bounds on the far side. And officials running quickly over there. Let's get everybody out from the sideline. They'll stop the clock with 25 seconds left to go.
Good point made here on the sidelines, Jack, is Cartersville with 25 seconds left. They still have 1 timeout left. Yeah, granted, they ran it because they've had good success. But trust me, they're going to try to put it in the end zone before this halftime's over with because, you know, if they put it in the end zone, they got to ask, gee, do you want a running clock in the third quarter? So it'll be interesting to see, but I promise you, they're going to go for the end zone.
Tigers back up to the line of scrimmage. Lawrence puts the man in motion from the far side, so there'll be trips to this near side now. He's back to pass. 3 receivers, lots of time. Now he's flushed out. Goes back to the left. Looking downfield, throws it. Complete. They're going to say he stepped out?
No, he caught the ball in bounds. No doubt about it. He did step out after he caught the ball.
At the 25.
14 seconds. Remember what I said. You did flush him out, but he threw it on a line, a bullet, for about 45-yard pass right there from where he let it go. Actually 10, 20, about a 35-yard bullet. And when I say that, it's like a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It didn't rise.
And that's like having to roll to the left, not roll to the near side.
Against his strength, if you will, yeah.
Trips to this near side, back to pass against his Lawrence. He's looking, got some time. Now he's going to run the ball up to the 20, going out of bounds, and a flag
so
off this backside.
Way over here, and I don't know if we had some. We got to have a holding, and like Coach Dunn said on the sidelines, that might be a makeup call. But again, Trevor Lawrence was moving toward the Cartersville sideline away, and you could have had holding on the backside. So that's good because 8 seconds left. It's going to back him up a little bit further, but with his arm, it really doesn't matter if you move him across the 50. 8 seconds left, anything can happen.
Yeah, the hold does go against Cartersville.
And Cartersville, I think that's like their 3rd hold of the first half.
Kind of appearing behind the curtain as to how they've been so successful.
And they just used their last timeout with 8.1 seconds left to go until halftime.
All right, we'll hold it here, Greg.
So, again, they're not using their timeouts because they have them, because they're not getting any money for using timeouts. They're using timeouts because with 8 seconds, they're planning on scoring. And like I said, that's the kind of team with all that arrogance over there. And I say that's what winning does a lot of times. A lot of times when people get so used to winning, they don't know how to win with humbleness. it just breeds in them, and they can't help it. So that ship will sink one day. It might not sink tonight, but one day, I promise you, it will, because Cartersville ain't always been on top, nor will they ever be always on top. But with that being said, they're planning on drilling us for sure. I mean, why do you resort to a trick play? Now, I realize Coach Clark said, yeah, but we should have done this. But really, Cartersville scores whenever you want to, however you want to. You got to resort to a daggone flea flicker. I understand. I got it. We just need to play better football for sure. Not making excuses, but wow. But anyway, I just hope I don't want them to score this time for sure.
Count them, Greg, so that the official doesn't have to.
There's so much. At my angle, there's a lot of white on the sideline over. I can see where he can get confused.
Yeah, but he's counting the gray shirts, the navy and gray.
Hey, we need extra help.
Back to pass is Lawrence. He's flushed out, looking.
We got a hold again.
Yep, and it's going to fall incomplete, but that'll come back on the hold.
Medic! You okay?
Who got hit?
No, I'm just messing. I thought Schweitzer got hit. I was going to say, medic!
He's got those cat-like reflexes. So that'll come back with another hold against Cartersville.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll take 4 holes that Cartersville had if I can trade them for the 3 turnovers that we've had. How's that?
Yeah, they haven't come at good times.
And, sad thing is there's still 0.6 seconds left. And so yet just one more play.
They're going to let it roll off.
It's a shame the clock couldn't have run out.
So we're just in a total prevent now. We've sent everybody back. We'll rush 3 and back up everybody else.
Well, what you don't want to do is I don't understand. You still have midfield here. I mean, you don't want to get them a full head of speed. I don't know that's.
Plus the way they've been running the ball.
I hate to question them that, Coach, but I might actually take about 3 or 4 guys and put them up here.
Around the 30.
Okay. So we'll see what happens. First down and 39. Excuse me, ball on 39. First and it's first and 39.
They're going to hand the ball off to the tailback. He's going to rush up the field, and there's nobody really there to stop him. And actually, no. Great open field tackle at the 45.
Yeah, who is that made that tackle that gets up? Is it Boykin? Joko Willis? Yeah, Joko Willis. Nice job by Joko to get that. Hey, I didn't quite understand it, but I tell you what, that's why I'm not coaching. I'm just a voice on the sideline, and not much you wanted that. But let me see if I can get a word with Coach G before we head inside. I know he's Cartersville coach is going to do a little politicking as well. So
they're both wanting the official to talk to him.
Yeah, I think Coach G is like, okay, I'm gonna have my say as well. Hey, but guys, if you're just listening, 31-6 at halftime. Wow, I realize we're down 3 touchdowns. We've had our opportunities right there again. We had an opportunity to come back and score within a minute. We throw a pick. Had we maintained that and was able to pick up 6 points, we're going to open up with a ball in the second half. You never know what would happen in this game. David did bring down the Goliath, so still anybody's game.
We're going to load up our slingshot. Greg, I'm going to ask you to be listening as we come back. I'm going to step away for just a moment. We're trailing 31-6 right here on Eagle Sports. So we're going to go back to the station. Guys, back to the station. We're going to finish up the spot break that we're in and do the next one. And then we'll hear from some of our bands, and Greg and I will talk as we go into halftime. But right now the Tigers are trailing, as we mentioned, 31-6 right here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange and in Hamilton. Attention steak lovers, your chance to buy awesome steaks right here in LaGrange is at B's Meat Market of LaGrange. They'll be opening their doors Saturday, November 4th. A premier full-service butcher shop offering beef, pork, and chicken that will be cut fresh daily to your exact liking. B's Meat Market of LaGrange will offer everything from individual cuts of meats to bulk packages for large gatherings. Tell your friends and family and your neighbors that Saturday, November 4th is the big day. B's Meat Market of LaGrange. Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Tara, are you okay?
Yes, I can't believe you found me. I have car trouble, and there you are.
Yeah, that's State Farm's 24/7 access.
It's like we have this mental telepathy, you know?
Well, you did start filing your claim with your mobile device. You can access State Farm on your phone, online, even in person at one of the 18,000 neighborhood
State Farm offices, see? Mental telepathy.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Connect telepathically with Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange. Jim Thornton is running for re-election as mayor. He's proven he will do the hard work necessary to improve LaGrange.
I'm Jim Thornton, and I've worked to bring new jobs, new businesses, and new amenities to our town, and to make LaGrange a safe and vibrant city. I'm proud of our record. There's always more work to do to keep LaGrange moving forward. That's why I'm running for a second term.
Early voting has started and continues until November 3rd. Election day is Tuesday, November 7th. This is a critical election. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of LaGrange.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the band down there. For the Cartersville band doing a great job. We're going to step away and let you hear from some more of our sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk more about what's going on in this ball game. The first half, the Tigers are trailing 31-6 here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue on LaGrange and in Hamilton.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Coleman, Greg Hicks, live here from Callaway Stadium, and tough first half of the Troup High School Tigers. Although we had some moments that were really kind of exciting. The first thing I want to mention is as we started the ball game, Cartersville took it. Their offense gets highly vaunted. They drove the ball all the way down, and we were able to keep them to a field goal, which I thought was a pretty good thing. About a little bit over a 4-minute drive for them. So 0-3 was the score with 8:01. Then the Tigers got the ball, and then we threw an interception. And they gave them the ball inside the 50. They were able to drive down really quickly. So with 5:01 left to go in the first quarter of play, they had us down 0-10. Then again, we take the ball from the 20. We lose the ball, get the ball back to them. Cartersville runs a little flea flicker play. And then by the end of the first quarter, it's 2:21. We're down 0-17. Again, the flea flicker play was pretty amazing. They take the tailback, hand the ball off to him, kind of a little tall sweep going around the right side. They take the wing back, hand the ball to him. He's passing by the quarterback, Lawrence, and he just tosses it back to Lawrence, who throws a bomb down the field to a wide open receiver, and they were able to put 7 more on the board. Then the Tigers get the ball, and to answer a flea flicker, they do something pretty spectacular with Carlisle taking the ball on a 60-yard run at a play out of the backfield. He goes all the way down to the 20, and on the next play, the Tigers are able to put the ball into the end zone.
On 10. Lots of time. Go to Eric to the corner. Got a man there. Goes up. The last minute. Does he make it? Touchdown! Tigers!
That's the way to come back. Jamari Thrash goes up. Leap. Actually, Kobe Hudson goes up and leaps. 10 feet up in the air. Takes it over the Cartersville cornerback. That's how you answer that trick play by Cartersville. Touchdown, Tigers.
So the Tigers were able to get onto the board, but they did block our extra points. So the score was 6-17. We got into the second quarter of play. Still say it's 6-17. Cartersville the ball. We have a good stop. We make them punt the ball, something they have not done a whole lot this season at all. It takes us into the second quarter. Tigers get the ball. Montez tries to do a little bit too much with it. He falls. He fumbles at the 30-yard line. They get the ball, and they put it into the end zone. Makes it 6-24. We throw another interception down the field. We punt the ball, but eventually they get another score late in the first half. So 6-31 is where we are as we're here at halftime. Right in the back behind me, you hear the band with the rock band behind the band. They're doing a tremendous job. We're going to let you listen to more of them in just a moment. We're going to take another break. We come back, we'll let you hear from the band, and also get you ready for the second half of play right here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Jim Thornton is running for re-election as mayor. He's proven he will do the hard work necessary to improve LaGrange.
I'm Jim Thornton, and I've worked to bring new jobs, new businesses, and new amenities to our town, and to make LaGrange a safe and vibrant city. I'm proud of our record. There's always more work to do to keep LaGrange moving forward. That's why I'm running for a second term.
Early voting has started and continues until November 3rd. Election day is Tuesday, November 7th. This is a critical election. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of LaGrange.
Myrna Painting and Coatings Incorporated is currently looking for painters and painters helpers. You must have 5 years experience, pass a drug test, have a valid driver's license, complete a background check, and provide driving records. Starting pay from $12 to $15 per hour. For more information, call Myrna Painting and Coatings Incorporated at 706-883-8903. Myrna Painting is an equal opportunity employer.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. In the background, you hear the band. Give me a little bit more of that band over there. Hey, Christian, that sounds good. We've got Greg Hicks to join us. Greg, we got the social media's hitting us. We got our friends that are texting us, talking to us on Facebook. Had one person say, "Did Troup just not show up?" Folks, these guys haven't lost a game in 3 years.
That's right.
This senior core has done nothing but win that they've got here. But at the same time, when you play a team of this caliber, you can't lose. I mean, the things like excuse me,
you can't have all kind of turnovers.
Turnovers. You cannot give them a ball game with 3 turnovers in the first half.
No, and they capitalized on 2 of the 3, and were well on their way to with 0.6 seconds left to capitalizing on the third one. And Coach G had a tremendous prevent defense. One that I thought, oh Lord, you're going to give him 40 yards to run the football. But Joko Willis saved the day right there at halftime as he made a great open field tackle one-on-one against Rico Fry, one of the best running backs in the state of Georgia. As their photographer on the sideline said, I've been covering these guys 3 years, and Rico Fry reminds me so much of Earl Campbell. It just huge,
just nothing but thighs and
big
shoulder pads,
and just run over you. And he's just a sneaky little runner. He just kind of follows his big 2 or 3 offensive linemen on these sweeps, and then all of a sudden he spots a hole and he goes for it. And he's hard to spot if you're a defensive guy. And Trevor Lawrence does such a good job at faking and riding, and then pulling and not pulling,
because he will pull the ball and run the ball.
And so you certainly got to respect that. And so that really sets up the run game. And I could say that Trevor Lawrence, everybody comes, they want to see him, right? And he's thrown the ball. I'm sure he's thrown the ball at least 20 times in the here we go. At least 20 times in the first half, and I don't know what happened just then, but 20 times in the first half, and he's had 2 or 3 or 4 incompletions for sure. They've had 3 or 4 holding calls. So that indicates that we're pushing. I mean that we're pushing him out of the pocket, and we're getting a little respect from that. But they've probably got 150 to 180 yards running for the first half alone for sure on the ground.
Everybody has an idea of what coaches should do, how they should change things up. One of the things that I think one of the person says is load up the box against this run. But you've also got the most prolific passer in high school football over the past 3 years.
That's right.
He's broken Deshaun Watson's records. Just has done an incredible job. So you really can't load up in the box, because if you do, he's just going to beat you in that intermediate route and going to beat you deep.
Well, that's true, and I get it. It's kind of like, pick your poison.
Yeah.
Do you want to get beat in the air? Do you want to get beat on the ground? And right now, I personally don't have a problem with the defensive game plan that the Tigers have. They're confusing them a little bit. When I say that, hey, a lot of people say, hey, man, you're only down 31-6. And on 3 turnovers, let's say we didn't have those turnovers. Let's say on that last minute. I mean, it could be very well right now 18-14 at halftime.
Well, think about a couple of things. First of all, we had the 2-play drive that got us the touchdown. The blocked extra point that was a little bit hard.
Yep.
We come out strong after getting the ball at the 20. Montez picks up about 12 yards up the field, but then loses it. It goes down. The ball pops out. Even some of the passes, we're forcing them in. They really haven't got tremendous pressure on Montez in this ballgame. He's had some time to throw the ball. Flushed out a little bit, but he stepped up to the pocket well. He's got much better presence on the field than he's had in some previous games, because he sees. We've had one time we stepped across the line.
Yep.
But now if you think about Cedartown, you weren't with us in that ball game. We did that about 4 times in that ball game.
Really?
Yeah. So that was something that they've been working on in practice, because when they do flush him out, when they do have the line's doing a good job of creating the pocket, he steps up in that, can see, and then he is running and getting those extra yards down the field.
That's right. Well, and he's done a fabulous job in the first half, other than throwing in 2 picks. And I promise you, this one on the 50-yard line, the very first pick he threw, that was a tough one there, right on the edge of the sidelines. Now, the second pick, that was right dead into double coverage.
Yeah.
I wish he, I wish we had that one back. Also, the fumble at the 35-yard line. He picked up 14 yards, was going down. There was some argument by the Tigers to say that he was down. Even some initial second guessing by the officiating officials crew that was he down. They had to have a conference at midfield, and then ultimately determined that it was a fumble, and Cartersville recovered the football, of which they capitalized on. So, again, you can't turn the ball over against a team like Cartersville. Cartersville's had 2 punts this first half. We had them here, 4th down, and seemed like forever, and wound up having a personal foul on the sideline.
The penalties have hurt us as well. They've come at a very inopportune time.
That's right.
So quick scores for us as we look at Cedartown is leading Chapel Hill 14-7. Then Central is leading Sandy Creek 7-0. And then, of course, as we mentioned, the Tigers trailing Cartersville 31-6. We'll step away. Let's listen to a couple more spots, and we'll be getting ready for the second half of play right here on Eagle Sports.
WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
School Tiger football. This is Jack Moore. We got Greg Hicks. He's going to hopefully have a little bit better connection to us, be able to hear us a little bit better as we're getting into the second half of play. Tigers trailing 31-6 as the time is winding down. The teams are back on the field, getting their little warm-ups in. And we'll get things going in just a moment. But again, Greg and I were talking just a bit ago that the Tigers have had flashes of brilliance. We've had a couple of fourth downs that we got them down to, an opportunity that they were going to be able to have to punt the ball, but we had a personal foul that went against us. We had a sideline call that went against us. It backed us up. That didn't help things. So just, some of these things that just have come just at the wrong time. Anytime a penalty hits, it's not a good thing. But if it hits at a time where you really need a stop, where you really need the momentum to stay on your side, that's when it's really inopportune. So we're hopefully going to erase some of those mistakes. And again, Greg and I talked. We want to be relevant in the second half. It's 31-6. It's not to the running the clock phase where they're not up 30. So the coaches didn't come together at the middle of the field to discuss that. So we're still in this ball game. Mathematically, for sure, we get a score. We can cut it back really quick. So the Tigers are really going to keep their heads up and realize that we have stopped them a few times. If we can eliminate the mistakes and really take advantage of how quick our offense can score, there's no telling what can happen in this ball game.
No, you're right. I was. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
I was just making sure. I'm a little bit of static. Of course, I think I had a bad set of earplugs. They just don't make them to last like they used to, or either I just don't know how to use them for sure. But yeah, again, we get the ball, start the second half, and I don't know what kind of adjustments they've made. I'm going to go down and see if I can talk with Coach G. But at any rate, I'm good with defensive setup. What is tough is we just gotta create some offensive presence in this game. It would be nice to take the ball in the second half and move down the field with that as well. Still a ton of static in my ear, but I'll try to live with it. But
it just kind of goes along with the one in your head. So
there you go. A lot of static.
Amy's been complaining about that for a while. So
yeah. Hey, I appreciate guys like Alan Hunt and Jeff Mims and all of them said, "Slow down, you're too excited." Hey, I'm glad I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? This is a well of a football game, and offensively, we just need to settle down and score some touchdowns this second half. As I tap Jamari Thrash on the head. So I'm going to see if I can get a hold of Coach G as the Tigers come in. I don't know that I'll be able to with 58 seconds left. So, but at any rate, the Tigers will get the football back, and I'm hoping guys like Tyreek Carlisle and Montez Crow is ready to go.
Kind of Luke Gregg's in amongst all the players. He kind of blends in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Y'all got a uniform on, Jack.
Yeah, you got your blue on. You look good.
Yeah. Man, I got a lot of static in that left ear. I think it's just, granted, I know it could have been my, but there's just so many antennas up top. There's several TV stations up top. So.
That's a good point, Greg. We didn't think about having all these other broadcast outlets here today. That could be throwing our signal off a little bit back to the station as well.
Yeah, and I apologize if I step on your talking, but it's just some days. I mean, it's just tough. It's tough. So I do apologize, but. Man, that's we can work through that. But again, offensively, we just got to come out, start. We're probably going to start on the 20 because Oak Cruz is going to kick it to the next county for sure.
That's probably a good place to stand. Is Christian's going to go on the roof and check one more time on the microphone and the wiring and see if he can make things go a little better for us.
Of course, the Cartersville radio crew is right where we normally put the antenna. Maybe they mess with it, you think? Let's go up and at least blame them,
They did it on purpose. Let's get them.
I'm telling you, that's what they did.
Well, I remember when we went up there last year, they had a pregame show and a barbecue spot that seemed to be all the rage. There was probably 100 people at the barbecue spot that went to last year. I thought maybe they'd bring me some of that barbecue because they had some of that, if I remember, in the media area there inside their booth. Let's start working on that. Get some food up here in the booth.
And see, you were able to partake in that. See, they either I went somewhere else or they just didn't want me around.
Well, we went 2 different cars last year, so.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
I think me and Frankie Holmes went up there together.
That's a good point. We took the big van, and I had my twin brother along with Alan Hunt and a few others to go up there with us. So yeah, we made it a show. I tell you what a great crowd here, even the Cartersville side.
It's a big ball game in the state of Georgia, that's
huge,
for sure.
Huge.
So Cartersville will kick the ball off. They're going left to right on your radio dial. There's their kick, and it's going to sail into the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20, and that's where the Tigers will have it 1st and 10.
And it's ironic that there's
the first down Tigers at the 20-yard line.
Lost Greg for a second.
Oh, sorry about that.
There he is.
Hey, I was going to say they've already put a kid in the behind the goalpost, so that's probably standard operating procedure for them because they know he's going to kick it through the end zone. To gather the ball is what kind of a ball boy. All right, so here we go.
Twins right, Man wide this near side, single back to the backfield. Crow takes it, going to ride his back into the line of scrimmage. Going to get about a yard on that one. Brings up second down.
Yeah, good job. We had a little bit of a immediate whistle, which is fine, but that's not going to stop Cartersville defense. Big number 41 that, what'd you say, was it 235, 240?
Yeah, that's Polnitz is his name, and 258 is how big that boy is.
258, and he's standing at easily 6'1". Wow. I mean, this is really a good-looking high school football team.
It's a good-looking college football team.
Yeah, you're right.
Montez going to throw it, and we're going to get completed short of the first down, right near the 30.
So Kinley Bridwell, we hadn't heard from him the whole first half.
That's his first reception.
Yeah, he's kind of
first time targeted.
Now the Tigers are kind of started something different, like kind of speed it up. Let's get a little bit of momentum going. 3rd and 3 for the Tigers.
And off in the line, we're going to get the first down across the 30 to the 32.
And once again, a lot of whistles going, and they're going to call it a first down for the Tigers. It's going to move the chains. But, Tigers trying to get some momentum rolling. Kelby Holt said, let's get out and go. And instead of kind of managing the play clock, let's run some offenses. Let's see what can happen. Maybe we'll put Cartersville on their heels, maybe. Set up the run a little bit where we can establish a run. Maybe we can set up the pass.
Is the static a little bit better, Greg? He played with it some.
Just a tad.
All right. Crow steps up, makes adjustments at the line. 8 seconds left on the play clock. Got to move. 6, 5. Got to roll. 3, 2. Play gets off. Montez looking. Flushed out of the pocket to this near side. Got a man chasing, running side to side to the 30. Clipped and knocked out at the 35-yard line.
What I've really noticed is number 10, the cornerback, what they're doing is akin to chop blocking. They're kind of chop tackling, even when they tackle Kinley. Just then, number 10, the one of the safeties, kind of hits Montez at the knees as he dives for his knees, and it's perfectly okay. Just something I've noticed.
Montez throws across the middle, complete at the 50. Another first down for the Tigers. We're kind of moving downhill a little bit.
Mark Anthony Dixon on a slant pattern. I tell you what, you can appreciate Montez throwing the football just then, because I'm standing here right behind Montez. There's no way he can even see Dixon, but he throws to an area and Dixon catches it.
Handoff in the line. About a yard there, but that's keeping him honest.
Jackson Davis takes the ball and again, kind of mixing it up a little bit, trying to keep Cartersville off balance. See if we can do what we've done all year and move the football against the best team in the state of Georgia for sure.
2nd down and 9.
Back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9 as you hear chants in the background. Montez. Going to have to make an adjustment. 10 seconds. Looking back to his coaching staff. 6, 5. Got to roll. Gets the ball off. Looking. Steps up in the pocket. They're going to tackle him. Hit him hard right at the 45-yard line. That's big number 4. We talked about him. Ja'Cory Johns, senior, 6'4", 225, makes the tackle.
But, we saw him make a couple of tackles, really. He's certainly a significant factor on that defense. But tonight he's been relatively quiet, although we noticed in pregame he was probably one of the most boisterous kids on the team, cocking his helmet off his head a little bit and, what have you. But Tigers are faced a 3rd and 16.
Montez back to pass again. Got some time. Throws it. Complete at the 40, right at the first down marker. He's going to lean forward and get it. A first down across the 40 to the 39.
Just another one of those area throws where Montez knows where Dixon's supposed to be. Dixon drives his man off the ball about 8 yards, plants and slants inside. Ball's thrown perfectly. Dixon has to go up and get it, pulls it down, leans forward. We thought it was a first down. Are they moving the chains? Let's see what the white hat says.
They're showing 3rd down, but they need to move them because that was a first down.
Well, let's see. White referee's over there. Let's see what he says. So now everybody's going to come over and talk. So let's have an official call.
Why is the back judge from this side walking over there?
Well,
come on.
I tell you, it's getting evident. They discussed it at halftime, and like you said, they don't want to let this game get out of hand, but they came over to because it was going to be a measurement, and you have to have all the guys
first
involved.
Down.
So there you go. So this is what we really need is this opening drive. Take some clock off, take some time off the clock, and ultimately end it with a touchdown.
So, Greg, we're giving up at least 20 to 30 pounds across the front line. I'm just so proud of what these guys are doing.
Oh, no doubt about it. When you got
per player.
Yeah, you got a kid like Seth Adams that's weighing in at maybe 160, maybe 165, and he's up against a 235 kid.
Yeah.
No way.
They have a big blitz coming on. We throw down the field.
Touchdown! Oh, yes.
And a flag late, but it goes in the end zone.
No.
We're hoping that's a touchdown, but we'll see.
Touchdown, Tigers. I'm telling you, he got behind the corner. The corner tried to tackle him. It was definitely defensive pass interference. That's how you start the second half, Tigers. Touchdown, Tigers to Jamari. I want to say it's Jamari Thrash. It could have been Kobe Hudson. It looks like it might have been Kobe Hudson.
Yeah, it's Kobe. Montez feeling good. So it will go against Cartersville. We'll decline it. And Rayford on to kick the point after touchdown.
It's very important. This is we really need him to
snap, hold, kick is up.
Good.
And the kick is good. 8:22 left to go in the third quarter of play. Tigers drawing it closer, 31-13. It's a palindrome. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back. 8:22 left to go in the third quarter of play. Tigers trailing 31-13. All ones and threes. A 3-minute, 38-yard drive.
As soon as you said that, I'm looking at 13 on the Cartersville team.
Rayford kicks it off. Heads into the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20, and that's where they'll have it first and 10. Greg, a good way to start, picking up an 80-yard drive down the field. Some fits and starts. We run the ball a little bit, just a nice mix of things, and some great pass catching by our receiving corps.
And, it took about 3 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock. And as you said, we mixed the pass up, we mixed the run up. And I'd like to think we kept Cartersville off balance. Now, we hope that the halftime adjustments and some rest has gotten some energy back in the Tiger defense.
Well, Greg, we've also scored more points tonight than most teams have scored on them all year.
Yeah, most teams against Cartersville scores on a goose egg.
So here they come. Man in motion from the far side. Lawrence will take it, hand the ball to their tailback, who we're going to get on, and we're going to wrap up on 3 guys on him. Leading tacklers that time is big number 8, Joko Willis.
Joko is making the original initial hit.
And
then
up.
Boykin comes along with King Makuta, also brings him down, and only after a yard gain. So that's what I'm talking about. It's a good way to start. And what a opportunity here to go 3 and out. Wow.
Still going with a 3-man front for the Tigers. We'll shift over to this wide side.
Good job by Tigers. Try to draw him off again for an easy 5.
Lawrence now settles in. And it's a wildcat snap to the up back. We read it. We just got to bring him down. He's still on his feet. He's across the 35 near the 40-yard line. My goodness gracious. He's so hard to bring down. But, again, a good play. Instead of snapping it to Lawrence, they snap it to Big Rico. And he picks up a first down to the 40.
Well, yeah, he's I'm standing on the sideline. He's really not 6 foot. He's maybe 5'10", maybe 5'9", but wow, he is certainly built.
Message from the facilities manager. The children in the scoreboard end zone need to take their football behind the fence.
So here comes Cartersville once more. Back to pass is Lawrence. Got some time. Now he looks back. He's going to have to run the field. We're going to sack him at the 35, about a 4-yard loss.
Out of nowhere came Joko Willis. He was fighting off the blocks, and Trevor Lawrence tried to make a move. Boom! Out of nowhere, Joko comes in and sacks him, as you said, for a 4-yard loss, 2nd down and 14. So, gosh, great job by Joko on that defensive line.
We get a big play, though. We got to sustain it. Got to have a good 2nd down play here. 2nd and 13. Tigers basically running a 3-3-3-4. Lawrence taking his time. Now he's going to have to run. We spin around on him. He's got a couple guys blocking from on the far side. He's going to go out of bounds right at the yard marker, so he's not going to get any yardage up the field, really, maybe a yard.
Well, from the 2nd down marker, he picked up 5, but he got, it was 2nd down and about 14. That'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers as they chased Lawrence out of bounds on the Cartersville sideline. So the ball's going to be resting on the 40-yard line. Big play by the Tigers defense right now. It's 3rd down and 8. If you're just joining us, Tigers open up on an initial second half possession and score a touchdown. Cartersville 31, Tigers 13.
Trips to this near side. Lawrence takes a snap, a flag on the play. I think they moved.
They did. We've got illegal motion. That'll back them up 5. So the 5 yards that he just gained,
he'll lose.
It will be, that's right, negated. So instead of 3rd and 8, it'll be 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13. So, again, and obviously they had trips out here to the right, and they were going to do a little rub route, which tries to take Jace Godwin, our basic freshman, if you will, to corner. So asking a lot of this kid to step up as a freshman last week against Central and now against the best team in the state of Georgia. And I dare say probably could stand toe-to-toe with teams like Grayson and Lowndes County and some of these 6 and 7A teams.
Yep. There's the snap.
Reverse.
Little reverse. Flicker. It's that same flea flicker play. We got they're wide open, and he loses the ball.
He drops it.
It was a little short. He had to come back. It's the play they scored the touchdown on in the first half.
Well, and I talked about Jace Godwin, our freshman. He made a freshman mistake. He bit for the run, and the coaches on the sidelines, luckily he was close enough to the sidelines that they could yell at him, and we're going to have, looks like Kobe Hudson, they're taking him off the field. I don't know if he's got a cramp or not. I'll go over and check. But lucky for us, he was able to recover, but luckier for us, it was an incomplete pass because it would not have been a touchdown, but had he caught it, it would have been like a 60-yard gain down inside red zone. So Tigers hold them. Now they're punting.
Our first drive, a touchdown. Their first drive, a punt. Like the way this is going. They're going to run a fake. We're going to get on him right at the line of scrimmage. Hold on to him. We bring him down. Great field position for the Tigers at the 40.
So just when the Tigers tried a fake punt earlier in the game that failed, Cartersville comes up with a fake punt. It also fails to gain significant yardage for a first down. Tigers will take over on the Cartersville 40-yard line. So let's hope we get 2 drives in a row that end in a touchdown.
Mistake-free football is what we've got to play in this second half, Greg. But I'm starting to feel a little bit of a Big Mo kind of moving back over to the Tiger side. Again, as we mentioned, our first drive, a touchdown, their first drive, a fake punt that we're able to get on top of, and now we're going to move or not get down or something.
Hudson stepped into the line and kind of flinched a little bit. Still good field position. We had it on the 40. Now we've got it on the 45.
Yep.
Anybody would be happy with that. We're not happy with 1st and 15. We don't need to get the momentum change in sides. But bottom line is excellent field position still for the Tigers.
6:05 left to go. 13-31 is your score. Tigers trailing Cartersville. Twins to this near side. It'll be Davis in the backfield along with Montez. Montez airs it out, throws it downfield. It will fall incomplete.
I believe there's a little miscommunication. Yep. Thrash was on a go route.
And Thrash is actually pointing at his chest saying, yep, that was me.
Yeah, and Crow had it thrown down about 9 yards. He was looking for Thrash to drive his corner off, slam on brakes, turn around, and he would have been there. So the ball was thrown very nice by Crow. Again, like you said, Thrash just realizes he made a mistake. And I want to say that's let me get the number. I want to know if that might be Thrash with some calf or some hamstrings. Looks like calf cramps coming off, and that is Thrash taking a break.
Davis stays in the backfield beside Crow. Crow takes the ball, Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run, but he's got a little room. Tucks it inside.
Yes.
Leans his shoulder pads and gets across the 40 to the 35, maybe with the 34-yard line. Still short of the first down, but a good run by Montez Crow.
Hey, he picks up about 14 yards. It was second and about 16. He'll pick up 11 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the maybe a long 4 for the Tigers.
We're quickly back up to the line of scrimmage, looking at 3rd and 4.5. Montez checks the sideline. Davis goes to the right. We'll have Dixon in the slot to the right. Long time with the snap count. Handed the ball off to Davis. Davis fighting his way, trying to get across the 30. He's got to get across the 30. He's going to get just there. We'll be just about a yard short.
They're going to spot it actually at about the 30 and a half. He's got to get to the 30-yard line, so he needs about 14 inches for a first down. So no doubt the Tigers are going to go for it. And let's see if they try to draw them off. Maybe that might help.
Here we go. Montez looks to the sideline. He'll put Davis to his right. Cartersville walks 5 guys up in the box. Put a man in motion to the far side. Back to passes Montez. Throws it across. It's going to be complete at the 25-yard line. First down, Tigers.
Kenley Bridwell takes about 7 yards, pushes his guy off corner. He slants outside, catches the ball about 4 yards from the sidelines and slides out of bounds. Nice play call by the Tigers for a first down. Ball's moved down to just inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Montez takes it now. Rides his back. Who pops to the outside? Going to get extra yardage to the 20. Down to about the 19-yard line. That'll be a great 6-yard gain on a first down.
Definitely give him 5 yards for sure. They're going to actually move the ball back. Thought we might get down to the 19. They're going to spot it on the 20, so they'll give him 4 yards on that gain. 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers. Hey, but you know what? We'll take 4 yards on every play if we can run the football like that.
4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 13-31. Back to passes Montez, who throws it. And
all right, we got a personal foul. Montez is on
he's hit late.
They're going to call him personal foul. Boom, roughing the passer.
Yep, it's an incomplete pass, but we do hit the quarterback. And the coaching staff to my right in the other booth is not happy about that call.
Well, neither are the fans. They're jumping up either. But I'll be honest with you, that's another one of those, and I want to say miscommunication, as Hudson is driving the corner off down inside the 10, and Crow is throwing it at about the 14-yard mark on the sideline. So he knew where he needed to be, and again, he's having a conversation with Kobe. All right, we got to get together. So both Kobe and Thrash, little miscommunication with Crow on what route there should be running. But Tigers got the ball first down and goal from the 10-yard line. Ball sitting on the 10-yard line.
Montez Crow back to receive the snap from the center. Rolls to his right, looking, throws across the middle. Did he get it?
Intercepted in the end zone.
Oh, my goodness. Throws into double coverage.
Intended for Jarrell Smith in the center of the end zone. Yes, the 4th turnover for the Tigers, and a costly one in that we were going for the touchdown. He had Jarrell Smith open in the middle, but just threw it slightly behind him. Give credit for the corner on Cartersville diving to make that interception. So Tigers defense, Jack, is asked yet again to stand up and create a turnover or create a 3 and out.
And that's not something that Cartersville does. I mean, it seems like they're just able to hold the ball in just a ridiculous fashion. They put trips to this near side, a man wide to the far side. Trevor Lawrence playing into the third quarter, unusual for him as they hand the ball off. We tackle him in the backfield.
A good job by King Makuta. Actually, Joko Willis comes off the bottom of the pile from his defensive end position, right side defensive end. He gets around big 68. And
don't forget, that's a 3-man front, too, he's getting around. I mean, we just run a 3-man front on that defensive side, and we're getting in there.
That's right. So that'll go as no gain as the ball's positioned on the 20-yard line.
Trainer's looking at Jamari Thrash's leg, the right leg, down on the field near the Emory tent. Here comes the snap. Lawrence will back to pass. Got some time. Throws it.
Incomplete.
It'll fall incomplete on the far side. So that'll bring up a 3rd down now. 3rd and 10 for Trevor Lawrence and the Purple Hurricanes of Cartersville. It's the 13-31 is the score. 3:05 left to go in the third quarter. Tiger fans up on their feet now.
You know, when you go back and you analyze this game, So we got an equipment problem here by Hudson. He's asked him to coming out of the game. He taking his hat off, and Coach G's kind of arguing for him. All right, they're going to go ahead and blow it in. So now he's going to call a timeout, Troup.
Tigers call a timeout. We'll take one as well. 13-31 is your score. 3:05 left to go here in the third quarter. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football. 30 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports. Restart Skype, I guess. Bring it back. Welcome back. 3:05 left to go. Here in this third quarter, 13-31 is your score. Tigers trail.
So
third down now.
We're down here on the sidelines doing a little discussion. You take away those 4 turnovers, Jack, it could be a 31-31 ball game for sure. It could be a lot closer, put it that way.
Yep. Defense is really playing very well in the second half. Man in motion from the far side. They're all kind of coming to this near side. Lawrence sets, throws across, complete at the 35. He's going to get the first down.
Yeah, he had to get to the 30, and he'll go out to the 35, and again, just wide open. But again, good that when he hit the ball, he hit the ground, so no advance after the catch.
Junior receiver Caleb Chapman makes the catch. So that'll be a first down for Cartersville.
Those are the kind of things, Jack, that, man, you feel like you've got a chance at 3rd and 10. They come up and get 3rd and 15.
Handoff into the line, going around this near side, and we're going to tackle him after a gain of about 5. Maybe 6.
They're going to give him 6 yards out to the 41-yard line.
2:29 left to go. 13-31 is our score.
Of course, Coach G is politicking. Watch the hole. And, yeah, he had the right tackle had Mandarius Dix all over him. He was holding Mandarius and couldn't let him go. So the Tigers lobbying for the holding call.
Trips to the far side. Dix in the back, rolls over to the left. And Trevor's going to keep it, throw it to the far side. They'll get the first down across the 45, get to the midfield at the 50, and that'll be a first down for them across the 50 to the 49.
Wow, what a tremendous, soon as I get it, Lawrence, he grabs it and immediately throws it, and we got a Cartersville player down. Looks like he's also cramping or either issues with his knees on the field. It looks like number 6, Jack.
Yeah, number 6 is Bradley Kirk. He's a senior, 6'1", 178. While they check on him, we'll take some time back to the station. 60 seconds back to the station right here on Eagle Sports.
When you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years. And how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Attention steak lovers, your chance to buy awesome steaks right here in LaGrange is at B's Meat Market of LaGrange. They'll be opening their doors Saturday, November 4th. A premier full-service butcher shop offering beef, pork, and chicken that will be cut fresh daily to your exact liking. B's Meat Market of LaGrange will offer everything from individual cuts of meats to bulk packages for large gatherings. Tell your friends and family and your neighbors that Saturday, November 4th is the big day. B's Meat Market of LaGrange.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. Another first down for Cartersville. We trail 13-31 to Cartersville with 1:48 left to go in the third quarter of play.
Jack, we talk about turnovers. Out of the 4 turnovers, they've capitalized on 2. They're currently working on trying to capitalize on the 4th turnover. That's a 75% capitalization rate.
Yeah, that's not bad. Lots of time to throw to the end zone, and it's going to fall incomplete. They just throws over the intended receiver's head.
He had the tight end just on a little seam route, kind of blocking, and then released, and almost had Ogletree from his free safety position deep in the end zone trying to intercept that. But good job by Hudson and sticking with that tight end.
Just can't seem to get him to make a mistake. Just a little something, just give us a little taste of a mistake would be so helpful.
Yeah, they don't make many for sure.
Trips to this near side. The back comes with him. Lawrence going to keep it. He's going to run the ball. He's to the 30. Brought down and slammed down at the 28.
Hello, Mandarius Dix. I'm telling you, he has played such a
Yep.
role. He's such a little guy, and he's played such a big game today. You got to give Dix credit for being in that game and wow, just waylaying some folks. He stands at about 5'6". He's given up 2 feet to Lawrence, and yet he just give him all he's gotten. So here we go again, 3rd down and 6 for the Canes out of Cartersville.
Tiger faithful up on their feet. Slot receiver to the left side, a man wide to this near side. Lawrence so quickly gets the ball in and out of his hands, and we get him down on the far side. He may have the first down though.
I don't know. They're gonna. I think they're gonna spot the ball. The side judge over here is saying first down, but I'm not so sure. They're going to have to measure that. Now we've got a flag thrown on over here with Troup. So I'm telling you, there's some jawing going on. Otherwise, you wouldn't see a flag like that.
He threw it high.
So whether or not it's a first down now really is a moot point because it will be a first down.
Yep. And I see Joko grabbing King's jersey, trying to bring him back.
So we're getting words that we've got one of our linebackers that might have said a couple of things he shouldn't have said. So they're going to take Tion Battle is going to come in. I want to say that. I don't have my roster, but 22 is moving in, and we're going to have
Tion
Martin take a break.
So they'll march that off down like Cartersville needs extra help.
I was thinking the same thing, Jack, like they need help.
So they'll have the ball at the 11. They can get a first down inside the 1. The whistle to play in. Play clock continues to tick. It's down to 20 seconds on the play clock. Twins to the right side, man wide to the left. He tries to draw us off. Tigers hold. Now they put the back over to the left side. Play clock down to 5. Quickly hand the ball off to the back, who bounces to the left. It goes back right. He'll drive all the way down to the 2. And he stops short.
Again, not a lot of. He doesn't hit the hole hard. He just kind of follows the big blockers, and then when he's got a crease, he just goes. So ball's on the 1 yard line with 20.3 seconds left in the third quarter. Cartersville 31, Troup Tigers 13, and as they wind the clock,
yeah, it's ticking.
Cartersville should at least get one play.
First and goal from the 1. Snap to the up back. He's going to go into the end zone for another touchdown for Cartersville. That'll be 28. Rico Fry, just 5'9", but 205 pounds. He's all shoulder pads and knees.
Shoulder pads and thighs. 37-13 with 4.5.
They're on go ahead, Greg. Yeah, Cruz on to attempt the point after the touchdown.
Yeah, Keith Williams thought that was a pretty funny one right there, Jack. I don't know if you heard me now that I can hear myself. I said Cruz on to kick it to Callaway Auditorium.
And he only gets it to the warning track. So, all right. So 4 seconds left to go into the third quarter play, 38-13. Both teams have now scored in the third quarter. We go to the fourth. We're still relevant. No running of the clock in the fourth quarter, which I like. Right now, you listen to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
If you're a renter, you may never know why your landlord starts lawn care at 7 a.m. every Sunday. Or why your car is the goal line for the neighbor kids' soccer games. You may also not know State Farm can save you hundreds by combining your auto and renter's insurance. So protect your car and your stuff with one good neighbor, your State Farm agent. It could save you time and money. One more way, we're here to help life go right.
Visit your LaGrange State Farm agent, Mabel Smith Sharp, online at letmabelquote.com.
Good food. Where do you find it? Because when you spend your hard-earned money, you want good food. So the place you'll find that good food is at Rogers Barbecue on New Franklin Road in LaGrange, where they only serve American-grown catfish, barbecue cooked to perfection, and with all the fixings to make it worth every penny. Rogers Barbecue is locally owned and run with care since 1945. Come eat with us Monday through Saturday from 11 to 9, or use our carry-out window. Rogers Barbecue, New Franklin Road, LaGrange.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back. Cartersville will kick it into the end zone, actually through the back of the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20. Tigers will have it 1st and 10 with 4 seconds left to go in the third. Trailing 38-13. Oh, my goodness. There have been so many opportunities we've had in this ball game, and the coaches, as they watch film, will reiterate that. But here we go, back to the line of scrimmage come the Tigers. Twins right, man wide left. They walk the corner right up on our wide out. Hand off into the line. Going to get 5-6 yards up to the 26-yard line, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Let's take 60 seconds back to the station as we go into the fourth. Tigers trail 38-13 on Eagle Sports.
There's always more work to do to keep LaGrange moving forward. That's why I'm running for a second term.
Early voting has started and continues until November 3rd. Election Day is Tuesday, November 7th. This is a critical election. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of LaGrange. Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange and in Hamilton.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Tigers trail Cartersville 13-38. Here as we go into the fourth quarter of play. Crow back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He'll be brought down. Ball comes loose. It's still people scrambling about it. Looks like Cartersville's going to have it. And we were just talking about mistakes, and it's going to be Cartersville ball at the 20. My goodness. They kind of collapsed the pocket on us. Montez was able to find his way, kind of had it hanging out there. They popped him. Ball comes loose. Quite a scrum trying to get to it. But then the Tigers will lose it at the 20-yard line. Actually, they will mark it at the 19. So Cartersville will come back out. They're leading 38-13. Ooh. So here we go. Back to the line of scrimmage comes Cartersville. They'll roll it back to his left. Tight trips in a bunch on the right side. He fakes it to the wind down on the right. Throws it to the end zone. Hits the man in one play. Touchdown for Cartersville. 44-13 is your score right now. Wow. Just really a beautifully executed play. Lawrence, he's been throwing the quick out to his slot receiver on the right side the whole ball game. Turns and fakes that play. He looks downfield. He's got two guys on post patterns. One to the corner of the end zone, one right at the uprights. Hits the guy at the uprights and goes in for the score. Cruz to kick it. Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. 45-13 as it hits the scoreboard.
A lot of folks decide they're going to vacate.
That may have been the capper.
After that, 45-13. But, again, go back, look. We've had, 5 turnovers, 4 of which have been capitalized with touchdowns. Kind of hard to compete against Spencer or Jordan at that rate.
You know, Greg just mentioned that in their region play, they've outscored their opponents 277-13. So they've only had 13 points scored on the whole season. So at least the Tigers have matched what everybody else has done all season.
That's right. Well, you know, again.
And still, I think we're going to score more.
Before my mic went out with dead batteries, Kevin and Eckelberry and I were talking on the sidelines. You know, what a confidence booster this is for the Tigers to even be considered in the game somewhat with Cartersville. Again, if you go back and you can analyze the game over and over and over again, but one of the things that we're going to certainly do is look at all the turnovers and on that last touchdown or attempt by Montez, thrown a little bit behind him. So you start looking, man, if we just would if we had that back, if we had that fumble back, if we had the forced throw, the second interception of double coverage, you know, if we had that back.
We had the sideline call that gave them the first down on the first fourth down.
Yeah, if we had that back. So a lot of emotion in this ball game. I don't like to make excuses. When you get your butt whooped, you get your butt whooped, bottom line. But again, all you football analysts out there, you think I'm making excuses. I'm not. It's just, I'm a proud Tiger, and I like what I'm seeing. But, man, I wish we had some of this stuff back. But you know what? We're still learning. We're still getting better week by week. And, again, this game will prove, especially defensively, some good confidence builder for going into next week's playoff round.
Well, right now we need a nice drive. We need to move the ball up the field. 10:48 left to go in the fourth. Not sure why the clock's already. I guess they are going to run the clock now.
It's automatic in the fourth quarter when you go up by 30. And they're ahead by 32 points.
Yep. Montez will call for it. Right is back into the line. Across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
So, I'm down here on the field, Jack, but I don't really have any updates on any scores.
I'll get you some in just a second.
Be nice to see what Chapel Hill and Cedartown are doing.
Not a problem. Montez back to the line of scrimmage. Has twins to this near side, slot receiver in Dixon. Lots of time. Play clock down to 5. 4. High snap. Montez throws it. And it's going to be intercepted. Down the left side, and he's probably going to go to the end zone. 5. He's hit right at the pylon, but he goes in. So that'll be an interception, a pick 6 for Cartersville.
Yeah, Montez threw it on a rope. He picks it off at about the 34-yard line. Almost stepped out of bounds. He tight roped it down, but wound up just. It was a tough throw for Montez under tight coverage. I mean, the cornerback had Kobe really tight. Had moved up, not giving him any cushion, and so he was right on him. So the throw was being made where Kobe then turns and kind of throws the corner off. Corner playing right in his jock strap, turns around, sees the football, steps in front, takes it, pick 6. So, again, that's our 6th turnover of the game, of which Cartersville has capitalized on 5 of them.
So now they're set to kick the point after touchdown. Different. Is that the same thing? No, that's still Cruz.
Yeah.
Here's the snap. Hold. Kick is up.
He kicks it over the scoreboard, I believe.
And it goes up through there. 13-52 is your score. Let's take 60 seconds back to the station. We'll also come back with some scores for you. Right now you're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Myrna Painting and Coatings Incorporated is currently looking for painters and painters helpers. You must have 5 years experience, pass a drug test, have a valid driver's license, complete a background check, and provide driving records. Starting pay from $12 to $15 per hour. For more information, call Myrna Painting and Coatings Incorporated at 706-883-8903. Myrna Painting is an equal opportunity employer.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back as the Tigers are getting ready to return the ball again. Although we haven't had to return the whole ball game, he's kicked it into the end zone every time. I guess we can say we've had a 20-yard return every time. 7:37 left to go. Clock is ticking down as we are trailing by quite a bit now. 52-13 is your score. So a 39-point deficit for the Tigers. Cruz still on the kick. Takes his steps over to this near side. Steps up, and there's his kick. And as all the others have, bounces in the end zone and is taken by our ball boys back there on the far side.
And looking at the Cartersville kickoff team, they literally trot down to about the 50 and then they start walking. So they're really not used to covering the football. So
not at all.
If he somehow miskicked it, they'd been a world of hurt.
Some scores from your crew quick, Greg. Cedartown is leading Chapel Hill 41-14. Sandy Creek has come back against Central 28-7. That's a final there from Central.
So what that says basically is that the Troup Tigers will be traveling northbound up Highway 41, or actually Highway 27, all the way up through Franklin, Carrollton, Cedartown, Rome, north of Rome, all the way up to Catoosa County, toward east of or west of Ringgold, toward Chickamauga, to a place of Heritage High School in Catoosa County, as they'll finish second in Region 6, and Region 5 Quad A matches up with Region 6 Quad A in the opening round of the playoffs. So about a 2.5-hour drive north, and we're going to ask you Tiger fans, we're going to ask you tonight, we're going to ask you tomorrow morning's TV show, we're going to ask you Monday night. Man, pack your bags, get ready to go up Friday night, loud and proud. We'll go in third seed, but I'm telling you, you analyze that bracket, third seed, other than us missing a home game next week, not necessarily a bad spot to be in.
One of my best friends from high school, Bobby Grant, and his family go to Heritage High. We've been texting tonight. They're winning their ball game tonight up there. So continue their winning ways and looking forward to taking on the Troup High School Tigers as we run the option back to this near side across the 25 to the 27-yard line. But that'll bring up a fourth down.
And with 5:11, 5:09 clocks running all out in the fourth quarter, you know what? So the Tigers might as well go for it. It's fourth and a yard,
well,
maybe a yard and a half.
What's there to lose at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're coming back. But, hey, let's go for it. Let's see if we can make some positive things happen. At least break that 13-point and, say, hey, we scored more points from Cartersville than most teams did.
Yeah. Well, everybody has.
And they're still
cumulative.
They still have their number ones out there on defense. It's not like Cartersville has left up anything, and for all you guys that does radio
That's
show
a first
out
down.
There, yeah, we picked up a first down. For all you guys that does radio out there, and you have a reason to believe that Troup run the score up. Hey, Cartersville's not taking anybody out yet, and they're still clicking right away. So again, it's just part of the game.
Twins left. Crow back waiting for the snap.
4 minutes left in this ball game.
52-13 is your score. Cartersville looking to win this one. There's the snap. Handoff again going around the left side. We can get about 2 out of that, 2nd and 8. Yep, Heritage High School is where we'll be traveling to, as Greg mentioned, up near the Chattanooga area. A timeout's been called on the field. We'll take one as well. 60 seconds, 2 spots back to the station on Eagle Sports.
Attention steak lovers, your chance to buy awesome steaks right here in LaGrange is at B's Meat Market of LaGrange.
They'll be opening their doors Saturday, November 4th. A premier full-service butcher shop offering beef, pork, and chicken that will be cut fresh daily to your exact liking. Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange will offer everything from individual cuts of meats to bulk packages for large gatherings. Tell your friends and family and your neighbors that Saturday, November 4th is the big day. Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange. Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
Handoff back into the line by the Troup High School Tigers. And Greg, if I'm kind of reading the tea leaves right, we're just going to kind of run the ball, hand it off, and try to go ahead and end this game.
Well, you're right, and I would like to see Montez maybe throw the football a time or two, just kind of end on some confidence that he actually makes a couple of slant patterns, maybe has a go route, and just build up his confidence. The last time he's thrown the ball, he had a pick six, so I'd like to take some of that negative memory out of his bank.
Right. Lots of times he's trying to pass, bounces to the outside. They're coming after him. He spins, comes back the other way. Now he airs it out. Has a receiver come back for it. It makes the catch at the 42.
Good job by Kobe Hudson. He comes up with a cramp, it looks like. He's trying to walk it off, but that's what a good receiver's supposed to do. Now, Montez may have crossed the line of scrimmage because, see, he circled back. And there may be a face mask. Let's see what happens. They're going to wave it off. Good. So great job by Montez. He rolls out, and he sees he's getting close to the line of scrimmage. He turns around, does a hook, stops, and throws the ball toward center field, which he knew Kobe would be. Kobe runs back and catches the first football for a first down inside Hurricane territory at the 43-yard line.
Tigers trying to move the ball down the field. As Greg mentioned, 2:33 now left. 52-13 is your score.
Right. Heritage in the fourth quarter, 42 over Pickens. Heritage Catoosis, who we're playing next week.
Handoff into the left side of the line as they collapse down on it. Maybe a yard. Brings up second down and 9.
I got a Hurricane helmet on the ground as 51. Big 51 will take a roll off, and an even bigger 50 comes in to replace him. They got big and bigger, I'll tell you. They just, like you said, this is a small college football team here, Buddy Rowe.
Yeah, my friend Bobby from up there, he's at that game we're talking about. They've defeated Pickens 49-21. They lost one game all season. It was to the region chap Ridgeland. They beat them 35-14 at home. But as he said, they're nowhere near the caliber of a team like Cartersville. Handoff again, across the 40 to the 39. Brings up third down and 5. So Ridgeland, kind of the leaders of that one. And it'll be Heritage, as we've mentioned, that'll be in the 2 seed over there in that region.
Hey, I'm just looking at the scores. A bunch of Christians are fighting each other, and Eagles Landing Christian 69. Wow, they ran the score up. Same on them over Landmark Christian 7. So I don't know about that.
Hold
there
on.
should be a law against running the score up.
Wait, Greg, I have a dead horse for you to beat here. Hold on.
I think I got my point across.
I think you may have. 3 twins to this near side, a man split wide to the far side. Montez and the starting lineup of the Troup High School Tigers going up against the starting lineup of the folks from Cartersville. Still here late in the ballgame as the time ticks down. 46 seconds. Montez is flushed out of the pocket. Rolls to his right. Valiant effort as he fires it in. Complete.
Excellent
complete
catch.
Down to the 20.
Excellent catch by Will Horton. Comes back, makes a tremendous catch on the sidelines at the 18-yard line. So first down for the Tigers as the clock continues to run. 25 seconds left. I don't know that the coach he's going to run a play, but we might not get it off. And that's kind of what he's telling Montez. He said, just don't worry about it. And Montez is kind of shaking his head. So that'll be it for the game.
Yeah, because they have not started the play clock.
No, that's it. Ball game.
Clock ticks down 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 52-13 is your final score in our final game of the season. 8-2 go the Troup High School Tigers in this 2017 season. And a tough ball game, but a little bit better than we were when we traveled to Cartersville last year. We're going to step away as the teams are shaking hands there at the middle of the field. We'll let you listen to about 5 of our sponsors. When we come back, we'll try to catch a word with Coach G and talk more about what we're going to be doing next week as we'll be traveling up the road. Quite a distance, but that's okay because we'll be against another hungry team just like us that wants to go a little bit farther in the playoffs. 52-13 is your final score. We're stepping away. We'll be right back on Eagle Sports.
These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com. Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue on LaGrange and in Hamilton. Jim Thornton is running for re-election as mayor. He's proven he will do the hard work necessary to improve LaGrange.
I'm Jim Thornton, and I've worked to bring new jobs, new businesses, and new amenities to our town, and to make LaGrange a safe and vibrant city. I'm proud of our record. There's always more work to do to keep LaGrange moving forward. That's why I'm running for a second term.
Early voting has started and continues until November 3rd. Election day is Tuesday, November 7th. This is a critical election. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of LaGrange.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back.
Welcome back. And the Troup High School Tigers have fallen to Cartersville by a score of 52-13 as the fans start to make their way out of the friendly confines of Callaway Stadium. Getting some information from some friends out there about the ball game. Of course, we're going to be taking on Heritage next week.
Yeah, that's right.
And again, they tonight they won against Pickens 49-21. Their loss was to this season was to Ridgeland, who ended up being the region leader for them. So they're a one-loss team, and it'll be a two-loss team, and the Tigers will be traveling up there.
Hey, Jack, can
yes,
you hear me?
I can.
I just want to make sure it's kind of a lot of a static. I want to make sure that when I get Coach G that we've got we can hear him. Yeah, he's talking about how proud he was of the team as far as we've beat people like that. We got a second. All right, we're ready to go.
All right, go ahead, Greg.
We talked about being relevant, Coach. I tell you what. First of all, let me say 6 turnovers. It's hard to beat anybody with 6 turnovers. But again, I tell you what, we had all kind of fight, no quit.
I'm real proud of our guys, excited about the effort. I really think we were a lot closer than what the scoreboard says. We just got to take care of the football. But hats off to them. I mean, they're a great team, a great program. That first quarter, we played them about as hard as we could play. And we looked up and we're down 10-0, And so, but we had a couple chances. Things went our way, but there's a reason why they won 40 in a row.
That's true. But we talked, Kevin Eckelberry and I talked on the sideline about being this game mentally and emotionally and confidentially, this is going to give them some good confidence. Defense, they really played a good ball game. I would love to come back and say I'd love to have those turnovers over, as we all would. What kind of game are we talking about now? So I think we analyze it. Wow.
We made them do some things offensively that they hadn't had to do all year long. So we kind of got them out of their comfort zone, was really, really good. We got a good football team, and we're way ahead of where we should be in year 3. The kids are playing hard. We got a good system. We're not done yet. The playoffs start next week, and we're not over with yet.
Well, we're going to run up to Catoosa County, and, they wound up beating Pickens, and looks like Chapel Hill lost to Cedartown, so looks like we'll be making a road trip up 27. And you know what? It's going to be a game against 2 teams that like to put a lot of points on the board.
Well, they're 9-1. We're 8-2. Should be a good football game. We'll see what we can do tonight to get some info on them, but it's playoff time, and a lot of teams are putting the equipment up tonight, so I'm just proud of our guys, our coaches, the effort. I thought the plans were real good, and they're just a better football team tonight.
Hey, good job. We look forward to next week. Hey, as Coach G said, we will be traveling north to Catoosa County, and I want to ask again, all you guys, all you fans, grab your overnight gear if you want to stay up. You don't, pack a crowd. Let's go up and play some football and support these Tigers next week.
All right, we're going to step aside when we come back. We'll wrap things up here from Callaway Stadium. The Tigers have fallen 52-13 against Cartersville right here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Attention steak lovers, your chance to buy awesome steaks right here in LaGrange is at Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange. They'll be opening their doors Saturday, November 4th. A premier full-service butcher shop offering beef, pork, and chicken that will be cut fresh daily to your exact liking. Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange will offer everything from individual cuts of meats to bulk packages for large gatherings. Tell your friends and family and your neighbors that Saturday, November 4th is the big day. Bee's Meat Market of LaGrange.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at Eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. We'll do a quick break here as Greg is making his way back up here from the field, and we're getting ready to wrap things up. The Tigers, again, have fallen 52-13. Again, we'll give you those final scores from the other teams in our region tonight. We have Cedartown defeating Chapel Hill 41-14. So that'll be a big game for Cedartown, as they'll be number 2 in the region after beating us and, of course, everybody else except for Cartersville. Sandy Creek has come back and beaten Central Carroll 28-7. Final there, and of course, as we mentioned, the final here, 51-13. Troup High School falling to Cartersville. One more break. We come back. We'll wrap things up from Callaway Stadium right here on Eagle Sports.
Or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
State Farm, this is Gwen.
Salutations, Gwen. I have car insurance, but I want to protect the rest of the stuff in my apartment. Some of my action figures were ruined recently.
We can add a renter's policy. For the cost of one action figure, we can protect your entire army of action figures against fire, theft, burst pipes.
Great! You have no idea how hard it is untangling wet alien hair.
Add renter's insurance to your auto policy and get to a better state. State Farm.
For a money-saving way to protect your possessions, call Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
McLean Food Service is looking for you with immediate Class A route delivery driver positions available for their LaGrange Distribution Center with average earnings annually of $76,000 to $82,000. An A-Class CDL and 9 months of verifiable work experience are required. Visit joinmclean.com/LaGrange to apply. All positions with McLean requires a drug screening and background check. McLean Food Service is an equal opportunity employer.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. The Tigers, as we mentioned, have fallen by a score of 57-13. And Greg, you still got your ears on?
Yeah, I do. Just down here, we're having conversations about the 2 hours and 40-minute drive, as James Adams texted, and he says, that's a long way. I said, well, we better pack our sack lunch then.
Well, actually, there's some great restaurants up there, so we might want to try to leave early.
You know what? I'm all about eating, baby.
We'll find some good spots up there.
Absolutely.
But it will be a drive. But you and I were talking about this a little bit in the pregame, that this is maybe a positive opportunity for us to go a little bit deeper in the playoffs, being at the 3 seed, as the path may not be quite as difficult as it may have been at the 2.
Well, certainly not to overlook, but Coach G did go up and scout them earlier this year, about 4 weeks ago. And he said, they could be our twin brother. They do a lot of the same type motion that we do, slot receivers, trips, doubles, twins, and they run a lot of slants. And, they scored 49 points tonight. So, trust me, you go back and look at the average points, we're averaging 42. Obviously, the average came down tonight, but they're probably averaging 38 to 40 points for sure, if not more. So, it's not something we can walk up there and take lightly. This is a new season. And winner keeps playing, loser starts playing basketball and goes to wrestling.
Well, Greg, we talked about it, and Coach G mentioned it too. There's a whole lot of teams across the state of Georgia that are have already hung up their pads. They already washed all the jerseys for the last time this year, and they won't see them again until spring. And the fact that we're still continuing to play is a testament to what's going on with this program.
Well, like I said, like Coach G said just a few minutes ago, he feels like they're so far ahead. They're not even supposed to be this. He didn't even project them being this far progressed into the 3rd season, but he's certainly liking what he sees. So, as I say, Seth Adams saying he did a great job tonight. Probably the smallest guy on both offense, defensive line out there tonight, and he did it a well of a job against a 255-pound kid, and Seth's weighing in at maybe 170.
Didn't miss a snap tonight, Greg.
No, he was on the money. So I was just telling Coach Manning as he was walking off, that offensive line did a well of a job tonight, especially when you look across the line of scrimmage and you see these kids out there that's small college football. I mean, that's what Cartersville is.
Yeah. My wife was asking me before the ball game. She goes, "When are they going to go up in a classification?"
Absolutely.
They need to get out of Quad A.
Absolutely.
And we said that with Buford. Yep. It took a long time. Finally, they moved out of their classification.
Well, there's already been some talk at Georgia High School about Cartersville. Whether they move out of our region, whether they move different classification or whatever. But as I said on the radio today, early tonight, they're not. Dynasties don't last for. So, Cartersville's got their day. Enjoy it while they can. And you know what? We would love in 5 or 10 years from now, look back and say, wow, what these Troup Tigers have done over these past 3 or 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, you're exactly right.
Maybe one day.
Well, Greg, I've enjoyed it tonight. Wish we could have had a little better result, but I like that the fight stayed in us the whole ball game. It was a senior night, and congratulations to these guys on a great season. But hey, the season's not over. We'll be getting into the second half of the season. Really, I guess call it the third. I guess the third quarter of the season as we get ready to go into the playoffs. We'll be traveling again to Heritage. That game will kick off at 7:30. We'll have a pregame at 7, as we always do. We'll be figuring out what car we're going to use, or maybe rent one. Who knows? We'll find a way. Anybody with a helicopter? Anybody with a helicopter?
Hey, that'd be nice, huh?
That'd be cool. We can, Greg and I come in, flying, land on the middle of the field or something like that.
Hey, we may have to catch a ride with Stewart. What do you think?
Hey, a police escort would be awesome.
No, not an escort. We're going to be in the back seat, Jack.
Well, hey, I can't think of a better person to be in the back seat of a police car with than you, Greg. All right, so Greg and I will be traveling, and we invite you to join us again next week for pregame at 7 o'clock, kickoff at 7:30. But don't forget, before that, Greg will be talking on the television show tomorrow about the Troup game, and then join us at Johnny's Pizza on Monday night. We'll have lots of fun there, as we'll have the LaGrange College. They're playing tomorrow. We'll be talking about them. We'll be talking about Callaway, as they'll actually have a home game. As they're second in their region, they'll get to have a home game next Friday night here at Callaway Stadium. And then, of course, we'll be talking Troup High School football right after that. Well, for Greg, for Christian, for all the guys, Scott and his team back at the station, I'm Jack Mormon. We appreciate you listening tonight. The Tigers have fallen, but we're going to get ourselves right up and play in the playoffs starting next week right here on Eagle Sports. And we'll see you next week on the radio.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle